Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Culture Cast. Again,
Sorry, kid.
I only have two-thirds of the crew at the moment. I presume Bruno will be on soon. I'm sure he's taking a big, long crap of some sort or something. But anyway, Tubbs, are you having a
Sorry, buddy.
disco over there, or what are you doing?
Oh man, the TV just kind of went boom, boom, kind of went a bit mad in me, like. But yeah, so Bruno's late, and I wasn't even here last week, so yeah, so it's all good.
Well, we had great fun without you. Well, no, that's lousy. Like there was other people here who I think you would have gotten great laugh out of in the chat and stuff. So hopefully they'll be along this week again. And
Good.
chat, hello, I see four of you there. So how are you, everybody? Damien, evening all. Eternals fun watch the other day. Look forward to seeing it again for a better second viewing. Jonathan, good evening. Brian, Tubbs, and chat. How are you, Jonathan, my friend?
Sorry, buddy.
And Connor, good evening, gentlemen and gentlemen. Thank you, Connor. Very welcome, my friend. I'm not sure about the gentleman part, but we'll see.
More deviant.
Remember, we've got Tubbs in the chat this week.
Yeah, pure deviant, like to the fucking highest core, man.
Jonathan, chop, Bruno.
Yeah, what's the story, Bruno? Fucking story, lads.
Shabby, evening, lads. Welcome, Shabby. How are you, dude? Hope you had a great Thanksgiving the other night. So, Mick Leonard, how are you, my friend? Great to see you back. Connor, Venom 2 was great, by the way. Huh, really?
Now, I've heard, I haven't seen it, I have it like literally ready to go, but I've heard so many mixed reviews on it. Like some people loved it, others hated it. Yeah, so, I mean, it seems to be very much a movie from what I can gather, Brian. Like, it depends on the person. You either like it or you're not going to like it.
So, Jonathan, like, without like straining your fingers, tell us exactly what you liked about it without spoiling it. Not because I want to go against you here, like, but I just want to hear an alternate take on it because I wasn't a fan. Damien, my only show and tell tonight. Ready to tell you, Spider-Man Retro is showing up across the pond. Oh, that's interesting. Expected in the UK 12th or 13th of December. So might get them for Christmas after all, which is a nice thing to see. James McGurk, evening everyone. Hello, James. How are you, my friend?
Hello, buddy.
Lots of people in the chat tonight. It's great to see.
That's good. It's good.
Jonathan says, "Oh my God, it's Kenny Rogers." Sub Shabby. Yeah, Shabby.
Who's Kenny Rogers? Me? You?
No. Huh? Shabby in the chat. We were saying that he looked like Kenny Rogers the other day. So much so that he went and shaved his beard off.
I mean, this is new. Like, I mean, last week I had a beard down to here because I was finishing up filming. So I fucking shaved. It was great to fucking feel, have a fresh out, get up on the face, like.
Jonathan said, which figures in that wave? Yeah, because I want to get the Spider-Man Retro series for Christmas. Someone buy them for me, please. Am I joking? My missus is going to buy them for me, and my mother's going to buy the rest for me. So I was hoping that they would come out before Christmas, so I don't have to pay for them after Christmas. But yeah, so let us know your show and tells in the comments, guys. I want to wait until Bruno comes on, or I get confirmation he's not coming on to do show and tell this week because I've got a lot of stuff to get through on that.
You've a ton. I've literally like one thing to show, and that's it.
Well, look, let's start off. So you can show us your. Don't show us your thing. Show us the thing you got.
Yeah, well, it's not an action figure. It's not anything like that, but it is a really cool little thing that I managed to get my hands on last week. Was as you know, last week I wasn't here because I had a fucking mental fucking breakdown over my fucking kids and Sunday.
Shit happens, basically.
Yeah, shit happened. Shit led to Sunday not being so good. But the day before that, I was, as you know, Brian, finishing up filming a brand new movie. So and on that day, I had the pleasure of actually sharing a scene with Bill Williamson from Red Dead Redemption, which he actually signed this motherfucker for me.
Well, that is really cool. Steve Palmer, isn't it?
Yeah, Steve J. Palmer, yeah, such a lovely dude, man. Actually, very, very nice guy. He plays Mikey's father in the movie. 1 second, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Oh my God, I have one of those things. But I don't know what it's called. One of those things that was before COVID. an itchy nose, or something like that. But
cold.
yeah, so filming. So
Long
I
last
mean,
extinct cold.
so yeah, so Saturday was another movie on the belt, another one done.
Nice one.
And it was a great day. Like, I mean, actually fucking got some funny fucking stuff done. My character's probably going to be fucking hilarious in this movie, which is fucking good. And I got a cool fucking autographed Red Dead Redemption case from the man himself. So
like, just in case anyone was wondering, Tubbs is playing like a kind of Father Ted kind of priest in this movie.
Well, I mean,
with a
it's
bit
so
more
weird
edge.
because, like, I mean, I don't know if anyone obviously in the chat has seen Results Night, which was kind of like Mikey Casey's the director of this movie, the kind of creator, and Mikey's often in the chats as well. But my character was like a returning character for this kind of second movie.
I'm going to pause you there for a second, Tubbs, to let my friend into the room. Hello, Bruno.
Sorry, guys. I was trying for ages. I've been trying for ages to join this. I actually had to open up an incognito tab, and I only do that when I have a wank. So I'm here now.
Classic Bruno.
I think he's lying. I think he was taking a shit, and he's just going to go.
No, he totally wasn't taking a shit. Why would you think that he was taking a shit, Tubbs? There's no way that Bruno was taking a shit.
Did you catch any of what we were talking about?
No, I'm sorry. I actually have it open, but I was on mute.
Tubbs got his Red Dead Redemption game signed by one of the guys that was in the game.
Fuck off. Serious?
Yeah. I was in the I did scenes with him on Saturday in the film.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So do you remember Lulu and the Electric Dream Bus? The movie we were talking about on this a while back. I had my final day of shooting my stuff on. Well, it's actually not my final day. I've one more scene to shoot in a few weeks or in the new year, dependent. It's kind of like a small scene to be added in, but for the actual structure of the movie, my stuff was done on Saturday, and I was lucky enough to share scenes with Steve J. Palmer and get the Red Dead Redemption case signed. And he actually signed it for me and my daughter because I promised like Grace that I'd get her like an autograph from the guy himself.
Hey, Si, how are you?
Hey, dude.
Hey, all the cool.
But so
Death by Doggies, Mick.
Yeah, so it's looking pretty cool from like the stuff I've seen, and as I was saying to Brian, I'm pretty happy with my character's kind of like, appearance in this movie. I mean, I'm not in like every inch of the movie, but there's like 5 scenes nicely sprinkled in throughout. So, and I know enough about film, Brian, because we've done it a long enough time to know that the scenes I'm in are with the 2 main cast members. So. Sweet as houses.
You won't be caught, in other words, what you're trying to say.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's catch up on the comments because the comments are jumping. Damien says, Brian, check out Star Action Figures. Amazing tenner a figure deal. Some surprises may await you. Damien, when you see my haul in a while, I don't think I'll be needing to check out any more websites for a while.
Oh my god. So sitting at home has made you spend loads of money, like.
Hammerhead, Shocker, Silver Spider-Man. Yeah, so Damien reckons these are coming in the 12th of December as well, Bruno, if you missed it.
Which one?
The new Spider-Man Retro Wave. Connor said he got the Diamond Select, the Spider-Man Retro series with Hobgoblin, Tombstone. No, not Tombstone. Hammerhead. Yeah.
That's on the 12th of December already?
Yeah, that's what he reckons anyway. 12th, 13th of December.
Which is
crazy. Connor says I got 7-inch Diamond Select Stormy and Rainbow Stormy this week. That sounds cool. Jonathan picked up the Black Series Deluxe Jar Jar in Big Bang's Black Friday sale. Yeah, I have him somewhere up there. He's a pretty cool figure. Wouldn't pay the full price for him though.
What makes him deluxe, out of curiosity?
He has that big fuck off shield thing. That's about it.
Oh yeah.
But
you know what? Can I just interrupt something very quickly? You know what I'd love for them to actually as a figure for Black Series and Jar Jar? I'd love to see a behind the scenes. So I remember seeing like the making of, and you had like the actor playing Jar Jar, and you had his face, and then you had like the stupid mask on top. I would love that in the figure form. I would love to see the amount of shots that people would do on the background as well.
I'd love if they made a Darth Jar Jar.
Fucking hell.
Dark
fair
Jar
play.
Jar, yeah, that would be awesome.
In the fucking robe and everything. Like.
Jonathan, yeah, that black suit Spidey is in that wave, as far as I know.
Yeah, and
Con,
Scarlet as well. Scarlet Spider.
yep.
Nice one, man.
Connor's is nice, and Tubbs. Very nice,
Hey.
Tubbs.
Thank you, John.
Nice. Get all the compliments on here, Tubbs. Which will
I do feel kind of bad, though. I do feel kind of bad talking about the whole process because Brian was actually supposed to be in the fucking movie with me.
I don't care, man.
But he got injured
happen.
and got taken out off the shelf. Like,
I'm not sure on that one, Jonathan. No, after many ways of nagging Hammerhead, it's finally reality. Forbidden Planet have the honey jar hands, or is that one you're looking for? Bruno is finished his poo.
So I don't know what you talked about. Bruno was not taking a shit.
They all know, Bruno. They all know.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening, you guys.
Jonathan, that Hammerhead is cool for sure. Damien, Three Stooges cometh.
Yes, I think he means us.
It's the one with the shield, spear, and mace I got. Jonathan says, "Yo, Bruno."
Yo, Jonathan, what's up, man?
Nick says, "Meows to the chicken." I know I've gone through some of these already, but I'm just flying through them here.
Death by doggies.
Probably style. Rhino and Scorpion. No, don't do Scorpion on a big car. Do the Lizard and Rhino. And
I would love a proper Rhino, like a proper Rhino. I would, because I have the select one.
Yeah, I'd love it to re-release the Bath one in a more classic outfit.
Do you think they'd release him like kind of like a regular size, or do you think he'd be like a bigger figure?
No, he'll be the legend scale.
What like a Build-A-Figure type kind of deal, like a big enough kind of bigger model. Like
he'll be on the bigger cards, like the Venom one. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. Everybody saying hello to each other.
Oh,
I'll be all over those boys along with a Carnage. I don't know, will they do a Carnage for a while actually, because they've done a good few.
Yeah.
Like I wonder will they start releasing like all of the Spider-Verse like characters, all the different versions of Spider-Man from like the Madam Web story, like.
What I think they'll do is, those X-Men VHS boxes they're doing now.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll do that for the Spider-Man animated series next.
Do you reckon?
From the 90s.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It wouldn't be a bad shout, but I don't think that they will. I think that they've kept that quite to the X-Men line, which I'm okay with, because one of the things
they're only starting it out. They're only starting out as well, like so.
They are, but I mean, so the
sales.
reason I'm saying this, you have the retrowave X-Men as well, right? Because you had Rogue, Gambit, and Beast. You had a bunch of other figures that like Iceman. Yeah. Hey, and they've done all of that on the X-Men card, and now with the Spider-Man one, I think they've leaned really heavily into the retro card, whereas I don't think that they've really leaned as far as they did on the X-Men wave. So I think now the equivalent of that retro X-Men wave is going to be the VHS things. So,
Sleeping Collectibles. Hey man, welcome to the stream, and thanks for subscribing as well. Awesome of you.
Speaking of Spider-Man,
Legend.
Did you hear as well that like we are getting the Spider-Man movie 2 days before the States?
Oh yeah, it's coming out the 15th here.
Yeah.
And it's the 17th in America.
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yep.
So the American public are probably going to have that fucking film spoiled from.
Oh.
In a lot of ways, which just sucks, really. Like
You see, it's moments like these I wish I'd found out all the fuckers who went around spoiling like Endgame and like that. They're all based in the US.
Now, Bruno, no need to be vengeful.
Find their direct links and
Fuck that! I was taking a shit. I can be vengeful. So yeah,
that's where you be vengeful, in the toilet.
Yeah.
Deluxe Jar Jar's on sale, and the standard release is still full price. Yeah, they were both expensive when they came out anyway. It was really, really weird. Hell no, was a paying 12. I just had to grab him. Shabby Deluxe Jar Jar for $12 at Ollie's in the States. So Shabby's over in the States at the moment, so they get all the good prices. But at the moment, they're having a lot of stocking issues over there. I've watched some of his videos, and the shelves are just empty. It's crazy.
But that's kind of the problem. Like the thing that I find funny, like I'm in a lot of US like Facebook groups, and
Mm.
sometimes you find like some crazy bargains on there, like ridiculous. But then
Yeah.
you also forget the US is fucking massive, and that's like it's
Yeah, there
like
could be
finding a
nothing
needle
for
in a haystack.
miles.
No, exactly. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, man. So fair play. If you get a deal, a bargain, fuck yeah.
Damien says deluxe size Rhino like keep it. Yeah, exactly, on a
Yeah.
card
Yeah.
like that. Jonathan says I can see myself falling down those X-Men VHS figures rabbit hole. Well,
So I wasn't going to, then I was, and honestly, I just decided to cancel it because knowing Hasbro, they're gonna actually come out with another better version of Wolverine or Jubilee that has the same mold but not cell shaded paint. It's like, oh fuck it. I've
I'm a
given up.
sucker for those cell shaded fucker the paint jobs on.
I know they look nice. They look really nice, but at the same, yeah, it's such a slippery slope with Hasbro, man.
I mean, it's just as well that, like, you know what I mean, like, this close to Christmas with 3 kids and
Spider-Man is in
I
it.
just don't have the fucking money to blow on this stuff. Like, I
It's
really
been-
want to blow it on that stuff, but I just don't have the money at the moment to do it. So it's probably
know.
saving me in one respect.
So I the only
Scotty
good thing.
says,
Oh, go on.
this Spider-Man movie seems to be the one everyone's excited about. Out early in the UK, going to tell Shabby everything.
Fucking hell, Simon straight away shanking the Shabby. Pow.
Shabby's his brother as well, so it's expected.
Nice.
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. The one thing that US have is vintage stores, though. Like watching some of those tie hunt videos that even the wrestler guys do, and the shops they go to are absolutely mental. They're so cool. Some of the places they go to. But go on, Bruno. I cut you off a few times there.
You would blow your rent or your
It's
mortgage
alright,
on
mate.
that
It's
shit.
right. I don't even know where I was going with this. So I promise you, I didn't take a shit. There you go.
Oh, that's fine. As long as you wipe, I don't care what you do. Like,
I mean, who wipes? I just dab a bit of water on it. No?
it's fair. It's fair.
Yeah.
Smells good, right?
A fresh booty hole.
Just use some baby wipes. It's all good, man.
Ah, you see? Yeah, but can you flush those?
No,
Fucking that's not your problem once they're flush, man.
It's the neighborhoods.
Oh,
Like a giant. Okay, anyway.
There's someone out there that's got to clean that shit. Like,
Literally. The US collectors get crazy deals of figures for sure, but we have an easier job getting figures overall compared to the hassle the US lads have to put up with, so it evens out. But for a long time, it wasn't like that. Like when I started collecting first, it was impossible to get Hasbro lines over here. You had to get, like, there was maybe 1, 2 UK retailers that did them. I think Star Action Figures and Kapow were the first 2 I found, and it was impossible to get stuff in Ireland itself. Smiths didn't carry anything. They mainly did like kids' toy lines. Yes, I know, kids' toy shop, but you know what I mean. So yeah, it's gotten a lot better. And Shabby says, yes, it does have those, Connor. Scuba breaks my heart with his toy hunt videos. And Shabby Geek says, yep. Anyone collecting Masters of the Universe Revelations Wave 3 or 4?
Fuck
Bruno
yes.
or Brian? I think Bruno has show and tell.
Is this wave 3?
No, 2.
So then
It
I have
says
fucking class.
GT. Okay,
Yeah, you
so
haven't seen it. Yeah. Fucking
so
awesome.
Bruno,
Okay.
what is Nick says these lads don't know our suffering, Brian. Yeah, totally. Like, Bruno, have you stuff for show and tell?
I have a
Because-
fuck ton of shit today for show and tell.
Okay, then.
Okay, so first things first. Pretty box.
Wow.
And
my
that's all it
tart.
is. I printed out a box and I thought I'd just show the box. And because this is an unboxing channel, I'll unbox it here first. Human
Very
Torch.
cool.
Oh,
There
I've
you
got
go.
something related to that in a while for you.
You do. That's why I thought it'd be that. So I got the Human Torch. This is the exclusive ones because I think I'm also getting the little flame dude, but I really wanted that regular Johnny Storm Buck. I've got this fucker which I've wanted for a long time. A
All right, is
Bumblebee.
he? What's he like? You haven't taken him out, obviously, yet. Like, but
I haven't taken him out because I've been out. But yeah, War for Cybertron, Bumblebee. So I'm super excited about it because it's not the Earthrise one. It's actually the.
that's really cool. It's like Cybertronian version of him, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Then I also got this fucker. So hold on. Like this was a big haul.
Dragon Ball.
Um,
Oh, nice.
exclusive
Cool.
Goku clone. I have another one. If anybody wants one, I promise you, I'll be selling it at a very nice scalper price, 200 quid, cheap, dead cheap, bro. So if anyone is interested, I also got this fucker, Dr. Alan Grant, and I think that's
Nice.
actually me done with the line now because
There, yeah,
I don't
they're
think I want
class.
anyone else. Except if they
And
bring
just in time
Timmy.
for the Dominion fucking prequel show this week.
Yeah. And okay, so I told you this was a big one.
Oh, wait, go back.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
very
God.
nice.
Look at that
Beautiful.
fucker.
Oh my God, Bruno, I fucking love it.
Tubbs,
Ah,
would you
man,
like to go to the toilet for 5 minutes?
Yeah, go and have a wank, mate. Go on, do it.
Like,
Do it.
I mean, like, obviously by now you both know like that. Like, I'm like a diehard
Obsessed.
Batman the Animated Series fucking fan. Like,
Yeah.
it's literally one of my favorite Batmans. Like, I fucking love it. Where did that Mayfix like it?
Mayfex. So
Oh.
I have the McFarlane version of this, and I fucking hate the McFarlane version because
I'm not a fan of
no,
I know
I can't
I know
wait to open
Simon
this
in the
fucker.
chat is a big fan of McFarlane stuff, alright.
Like,
Oh,
I mean,
you-
I like
sorry,
McFarlane stuff to a point as well, but and I do have the McFarlane animated one, but that one looks like something I really fucking want. Like,
So the only bad thing, not bad thing, but just this is the New Adventures. I want the actual animated series.
Jonathan
Because like,
says, damn Bruno, that's fucking epic.
yes, it is. So I want obviously the old school one with the different bat logo, the cape being different, etc.
yeah.
But honestly, I'm just really excited to have a good animated Batman. Plus,
And can I
have
ask as well, what's the price tag on that motherfucker?
So I think this was 85 from Toys R Us. So actually,
That's not bad, man, for Mayfix.
no. So Mayfex is really really good. Oh yes, Simon. Yes, he fucking. That's right, Alex Ross, right there.
Yeah.
Yes. And honestly, Mayfex is great, and Toys R Us are really really good. And they sorted me out. So Toys R Us got me the Emma collection, what I'm going to show you next, and the Mayfex, and no drama with Toys R Us, boys. So anyway, I will roll through these very quickly. So Scareglow, Revelations.
Oh,
well,
I shall make you big once more.
Yeah, Turdelicious. There you go. Scareglow, Fisto.
Is he going to get proper fisted?
He is. I can't believe they actually did that.
I couldn't believe they said that in the show.
Stinko, look at that.
Oh, he is so cool, man. I always liked him. It's a pity, I asked one of the other guys who got him, and there's no actual smell off of him. Remember the vintage
I
one?
can sort that. I can sort that. Just 10 minutes with me in the bottom. I'll sort that. And then Andra. There you go.
Andra.
So, and I'm super excited about these, man.
So you all in on this line, yeah?
I'm all in like a fucking sucker. Like, I can't believe it. I'm so in on this line. It's fucking ridiculous. But you know what? Well worth it, and I'm pretty happy with it. I just need to open these fuckers, but I'm really excited about Stinko. Let me just show you one thing on the Stinko one, which, like, look at the mask. Can you see that? I don't know if you'll see. Yeah.
It's mad that Jason Mewes voices him in the show.
Wait, is that Jason Mewes? Oh,
yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, I need to open a bunch of these things, as you guys know. Been out. Yeah, Scareglow for $23.99 at Toys R Us. Yeah.
So before I go through my stuff, Jonathan says Scuba finds crazy bargains, but Baz the Dark Lycan is crazy lucky with Charlie Shop. That boy steps inside to finds a vinyl cape Java on his foot. Yeah, I've seen some of his bargains on the other live streams, and it's absolutely crazy. If he fell out a window, he would go up. I think that guy. I agree. Baz is the master. Baz is the king of finding vintage. I got lost.
Look.
Connor, speaking of McCarran, I'm here hunting for Fortnite plastic patroller figures. Connor, are you okay?
Fortnite plastic patrol. I want to see this now, though.
Scareglow for $23.99 at Toys R Us, Bruno. Damien says, where Where do you live? I may become a toy burglar. But see, Damien, now he knows you're coming. You shouldn't.
Yeah,
have said nothing.
exactly. The problem is now that I know that you're coming, I'm going to lube up. Like this is.
So
on
you should have
now.
said, "Oh, what spits per day? Which one exactly?"
It's not even
Yeah,
that. Like,
Narrow it
now,
down.
it's going to be like the Home Alone thing. Like, you know he's coming. You're going to fucking be ready. And he's going to end up on the shelf with the rest of the line.
I'm going to be
Like,
shaved, lubed, and in position. So prepared my anus for you.
like a bad Goosebumps episode. This is sounding.
And
like.
Bruno's pretty, so you know what I mean. It'll happen. So
Yeah.
And Damien also said he'd love an animated Mayfix, Mad Hatter, or Scarecrow.
I'd love a.
Do you know what I'd love? I'd love a Mayfix Two-Face. Animated Two-Face.
Ooh, that would be good.
Like I'll be honest, I'm waiting for McFarlane to make Two-Face, like, or even hit the villain side of the animated series. But it seems like it's just going to be the Bat family for now. Like
on the McFarlane animated, there was one McFarlane animated figure which they did, it actually looked great, which was the Cyborg from Teen Titans. Did you guys see that one?
The Cyborg Batman.
Yes, the bigger, it's kind of chunky looking one, isn't it?
Oh man!
And this is McFarlane, is it?
Yeah. I'm going to bring it up if that's all right, Brian. It looked so good. So here's the thing. If I knew McFarlane would do the rest of the Teen Titans, I would actually get it. Because it looks so good.
Cyborg. I thought you meant they did like a Cyborg Batman. I've seen they also did because they've also done Green Lantern, they've also done Flash, and they've done the animated Superman
I've
as
seen
well.
that one.
That's a fucking savage Cyborg.
So good.
Yeah.
Like looking at it, man.
I just want McFarlane to really, really kind of.
I think their chunkier figures are better in general anyway.
Because there's enough Batman and Superman now that they've done. You know, just focus on the villains for a line or two, like.
Yeah, they could definitely do that.
Connor said this is a 7-inch version of an old green toy soldier. Looks so good. Oh, I'll have to check that out because I have some of the Jazzwares Fortnite figures and they're pretty awesome. And they've lost the line now. Hasbro's starting to make them.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, like I've been dropping hints left, right, and center at home for like
Damien says,
like my birthday and Christmas coming up, so that like fucking Mayfix is going to be added to the list now tonight. Like,
all right, Connor, that sounds really cool.
I can share if you want. Just that actually.
So there's it's like one of those old army men from the game on PlayStation years ago.
Do you remember cool. Like in Toy Story, like the army man?
The bucket.
Yeah.
What child didn't have a bucket of green army men? In fairness, so
yeah, exactly. Because
they were like a pound or euro or whatever it is now. Like,
and man, how fucking long did you play with those motherfuckers for? Like hours.
Oh fuck yes.
Don't lie, Tubbs. You melted them in the garden with a magnifying glass.
Hey, I'm not saying I didn't fucking melt them. I melted a lot of fucking toys in my time.
You were totally a Sid, weren't you? Growing up, Tubbs.
I melted I melted a Jean-Luc Picard. I melted a Marty Jannetty.
Marty Jannetty melted himself in real life, so.
Yeah. So I only kind of helped with the process, but he was in a kettle because that was a long job. Picard was a microwave.
Oh my god!
But it was just fucking me, just being funny.
You put them in the microwave.
Oh, I put Jean-Luc Picard. There's a story behind it. Do you know you've my mate Phil that's been on the show Boogie Bop. In the comments and stuff, he comments on sometimes as well. It was me being a dickhead when we were younger. It was like he was a big, massive Next Generations fan, and we were in Smith's toy store, and there was only one left, and I bought it before he could get it, and I made him sit there and watch me melt it in the microwave.
Fucking hell, Tom!
And he's still laughing about it, like no sorrow.
No. 2 Christmases ago, I scoured the entire internet to find the exact same version from when we were kids.
And he microwaved it again in front of him.
No, I actually didn't do that. But I actually found it. I found the exact version that he wanted when he was a kid. I actually bought it for him for Christmas and gave it to him.
Oh, that's nice.
Years later, he ended up getting it. But yeah, when I was younger, we melted it for the sake of fucking fun, you know. That would be like you walking in now and like watching me like melt your stinker in the microwave just because I think it's funny, you know.
I think I'd cry, Tubbs. Well, actually, no. I mean, it is stinker. I probably wouldn't. Well, I'd still be upset. Fuck it, don't melt.
Yeah, of course you would. Yeah, I mean, but when a younger Tubbs,
don't melt my stuff.
Hilarious.
Exactly.
Well, I see now I'm older and now I kind of collect this stuff and everything else. I'm kind of going like, well, now I can go. I kind of understand why he was pissed. You know.
So-
I smashed action figures as well when I was a kid as
Yeah,
well. Like
yeah,
I'm sure we all did it.
But
I chewed on stormtroopers. I'm pretty
Actually,
sure.
he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me for telling this story. But I have another story as well. We were, do you know the original animated Spider-Man figures?
The Toy Biz ones, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the original ones? I remember Phil. I think he had made his confirmation or something, and he went in and he bought the figure. Like he loved this figure, and I dared him to throw it up in the air as high as he could and catch it. And sure, Phil fucking did it because he was like, "Oh, I'll do it. It'll be fun." And then he missed it and it smashed all over the ground. I think he had just literally taken it out of the box like 10 minutes or something shit.
See, he didn't go by the number one rule. You know, Bruno, when we used to be on film sets together, there's a rule on the films, every film set, and that rule is don't listen to Tubbs. And
I get mischievous on film sets.
Didn't listen to Tubbs.
You got wrecked.
Damien says, "What do you think of Thundercats Wave 5? To be honest, outside of Bengali, I didn't know any of the rest of them because I've never gone that deep into the cartoon. But Bengali looks really cool. Like even I watched the Fuchsia's thing about it this week, and even I didn't know Bengali was like what do they call him? Blacksmith. So yeah, they're really cool. They're not for me though, as I did like Thundercats as a kid, but I never went that deep into the cartoon.
Oh man. Go on.
No, go on. I've lost my train of thought.
No, I was saying about the Thundercats. I watched this thing the other days. Do you know about Lion-O's like the leader, and he's big and stuff. But realistically, what people don't really know or forget is that Lion-O is a kid in a grown body.
Yeah.
So like
that
when
red
he's
Lion-O as
macking
well.
out.
I'm not a fan of that at all.
So when he's plowing fucking what's the female Thundercats? Like yeah, I was watching it. It was kind of
in
like
his front yard, yeah.
yeah, so she's like aware he's a kid and the whole lot. Like, and the thing I didn't realize till I was seeing
Go back
this
into
thing.
Stephen King box, Tubbs.
Was it Mumra? Mumra
was the
villain?
bad guy.
Yeah.
He was the
He's
Mr.
the only
Burns in
human
red
character in the
robes.
whole show.
What?
He was the one.
He's the only human character in the whole show. He's from Earth, and the Thundercats land on Earth like years later or whatever, and they're all kind of an alien race. So they're all he's the only one that's actually of like human descent in that show, which I thought was pretty cool. I never knew that.
Oh my God, there's a sentence I never thought I'd see in this show. Tubbs is right. Tubbs is right.
That should be like the tagline for the show. The Tubbs is right.
Need a lot more Gotham villains than.
I agree. They're too folk. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Look, you know me, Brian and Bruno, the double Bs, the B brothers, the fucking. I can't come up with any more things because my brain just melted.
That's fine. But, just answer the question.
No, but it's like I'm all for the heroes, man. I love Batman and I love Superman. You know that, but focus on like there's more to the DC fucking
DC universe is massive, like.
Yeah, it's huge.
But that's what Hasbro has done really well.
And,
like they give
DC,
you so many random, like.
But DC has some of the best villains in comic books, man. Do you know what I mean? So like, focus on them. You know, like that's where they have a strong. That's where their strongest points in comics come from. Caped characters, yeah.
Damien, have you got Bizarro? And he says, "No, man, not really DC figure.
Oh man, I want Bizarro so much.
Just the animated collectors. Safari Joe 2 Toes. That's from Thundercats, I think, yeah? Okay, so I have a bit of a haul. Some of you will have probably seen this in the various group chats and stuff, but there's a bit of an explanation to some of it, so I'll try and do my best. So,
you're the best.
This is
the best. Okay, go on.
This is Black Friday stuff. So all of this is more or less from the Big Bang. So Darkseid Ray.
Oh, that Ray, deadly.
They should have done this in the movie. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yep.
And there's
they didn't have the balls, man.
Jackson.
No. I really wanted that figure, and I have no attachment to it.
Neither have I, but €10, and he was in the comics.
He just looks like an awesome figure, and he reminds me of.
And I dropped it. Fuck your hair. That's who he reminds me of.
Does he reminds you of when Star Wars was cool, Bruno?
No.
He
No,
reminds
but
me of
I'm
Bucky O'Hare, if you remember that.
Yeah,
That's
years
it.
ago.
Exactly. That's exactly who he reminds me of. Thank you. I was
Then
just
there
fucking
is
racking my brain.
Deluxe Cal Kestis.
Cool.
I've wanted him for
Nice.
ages. I missed out on the original one, and I wasn't going to pay him
I really
stupid money
got to
for
go
him.
back and finish that game.
I
But,
could not get
I
into
loved
that
it.
shit.
It was one of my favorite games for years.
Like I was
And-
about to fucking put it back on the other end, and like because do you know the way the PS5 has kind of like free
The
upgrades
what?
for certain PS4 games.
The what? The what subs?
The Bacha, Bacha. But
The
it has free upgrade.
PS5.
But I looked at the upgrade for that game, and it was like 100 gigs, and I was like, "There's no fucking way I'm downloading that. Like,
100
too
gigs.
fucking much." Oh,
100
look at
gigs
you,
for the
Stella and
upgrade.
Sunset. Ooh, look at your boobies. Mm.
So Mark Shabby Geek says, "Does your Ray have gold or silver lightsaber hilts, Brian?" Now I will check. They are both silver, Shabby. As you can see there.
Oh.
So
Now, does
apparently,
that
is there a
lightsaber
is
spin
there a
down into two,
variant or
does it?
something? Yeah, it's somebody that whips around.
Oh, it opens up. Yeah, cool, cool.
So you showed some of these last week, Bruno, and this is why I have them. You fucker.
Suck at it.
Spikor,
Yes. Look at that man.
probably my
The human
favorite one.
dildo. He looks like a human dildo. Look at him. Okay, go on.
Man at Arms
Oh, that's a deadly man at arms, man.
with this silly thing that keeps
Yeah.
popping up and down.
I had
So
that.
That's some
annoying.
super glue, and
You
you'd be sorted, buddy.
can't see
Oh.
it, but you need to. If you push it above his bicep, it will stay in. I had the same thing.
That's what she said.
Nice. Terrible. Okay.
And
Like,
from
right in
World
there,
of
like,
Warcraft, Beast Man.
Hey.
That's savage. Is that the one Bruno showed on screen a while ago?
Yeah. So
Fucking
Pretty
class,
cool.
man.
The one thing I
So,
don't
so
like
good.
about these figures is the proportions are off.
You
I don't know.
said-
Isn't there too big?
No, it's like they're all on meth or something. I don't know how to describe it any better. They're just really skinny or something and top heavy at the top.
Yeah.
But
No,
you've
they're
seen
just
He Man.
off
That's kind of
me.
all the characters.
But on the last one, everybody's favorite superhero, Tila, she's fine. She's perfect. There's no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
actually
Buffy
done
the
really
Vampire
well.
Slayer.
Yep.
Yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
It is. Yeah.
But like, I like the like even the
I mean,
eyes and
but
everything are brilliant.
They're pretty fucking solid looking figures, man.
They're well put together and stuff.
Here's what I would say. I'd be happy for my daughter to play with those figures. I'd have
Yeah.
no problem. I'd be like, have at it. They'd be like Hasbro figures. Like, good luck breaking that shit.
So more pre-orders then dropped this week. It's like everything, like a fucking rock climbing thing dropped on top of me. Everything came out at
They're
once.
run
this
to
week.
Christmas, buddy. That's why.
So
Yeah.
I have the AEW Jake Hager
Oh, Jack Hager, yeah.
and Hikaru Shida.
Oh, she looks fucking good, man.
And she's actually
Nice.
excellent. One of the best figures in the wave. Or even
Yeah.
the line, I would say, at the moment. So, two more now. Taking up all the time here. So, there is Fantastic Four Psycho Man.
Nice.
And, yeah, I'm dropping them everywhere. And the High Evolutionary. Now, some of you have showed this already, but watch the back of this figure. Human Torch. What? Factory error, like.
That's. I mean, I was there. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I know it's not a figure, but I was. I don't know if I said this before, but I have the Lego
No.
Marvel superheroes on PS4
It's really
for
cool.
the girls. But when you display it on the screen
Mhm.
on the PS5, the Batman soundtrack plays over the game. It's the fucking strangest thing.
Wait, what?
So,
Oh, you have told us this before, actually.
Yeah. And and I thought like, oh, maybe it was just an error with the thing, but I put it back in. I installed it again from the other day, and it's still the same thing. So I make it. It seems like it's just in the game, like.
Hmm.
so last but not least, right? Big Bang sent me some figures to do a competition on my YouTube channel.
Mhm.
And I will be announcing the details of that sometime next week. So
It includes
Some-
people sending.
some of
you-
Of course,
these-
he'll announce the details because he wouldn't flat out just give me the figures. Like,
No. Some of these will be going
Oh, Icarus, nice.
up next week.
Oh,
Sandman.
Sandman. Holy shit!
Now,
Some proper figures,
question for you: Are
What
we
if?
allowed to like
man. Nice.
be part of this competition, or is it clearly fucking because like we're like non-invited because we're on the show?
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh man,
So,
and I don't have a
Tubbs,
birthday
I haven't
coming
made
up.
up the rules yet.
No. My birthday's not
I
coming
haven't
up
made up
right
any
now.
of the rules yet, so still figuring out what to do with them.
Look at Tubbs already trying for the corruption angle. Fuck yes, I love it, Tubbs.
If anyone's
I'll
corrupting
never
the competition, it's going to be me.
Brian's like, yeah, it'll be a giveaway.
Oh no, that's a running joke with me and Brian because every time Brian kind of like says, "Oh man, this crowd are sending me stuff," I'm like, if you get doubles, I want some like any duplicates, send them to me.
But yeah, it was awesome of Big Bang Comics to do that.
Really,
so, like,
really good.
It'll give their
Really nice.
their shop a bit of notice and give my YouTube channel a bit of notice as well, and just awesome, and some free stuff for someone. So yeah.
But I mean, to be fair, it's a great gesture from them. Like, I mean, I know, like we do mention them a lot, like you, like more so yourself, but like they are mentioned a lot on
I
this
might
show
as well have a
and your
tab
own.
with them, to be fair.
So I mean, so they must. I mean, shows they're appreciative of
Yeah.
of the mention, which is brilliant for you, man. That's fucking always good. And so yeah. So like, you know, people in the comments and, you know, like get in the competition and like win yourself some figures, you know.
Fuck yeah.
Tubbs looks so despondent because he's not getting any free.
No, not even free, but like put me in the competition. Let me be involved.
Brian's like,
I like fucking winning shit. But you know yourself, like, I mean, if I was in it and I
I could
won
think
some
of
stuff to be
something
like,
for you
oh,
to
it's a
do,
fix, so
especially.
you can't put me in it, like.
Just sign up as
Think
a
of it this
pseudonym.
way, Tubbs. If I ran a competition, now I never run a competition, and you won it, wouldn't look good, would it?
No, not at all. But here's what I pitch. If I show up with a wig on and pretend to be my twin sister, like, then can I get like a?
The
Oh
height
my
would be a
God.
dead giveaway anyway. Like, so.
No, I mean, I'll shave off the beard. I look completely fucking 21 and fucking sexy.
Oh my god. Female version
I'm telling
Tubbs
Becky
with a
you
wig.
said that.
Hey, oh, I can get Becky to enter. There you go.
If she subscribes to the channel, that's fine by me.
Wow. I'll have to unsubscribe and subscribe again.
That doesn't work.
Oh, fucking Jesus. You're killing me here, man. You're killing me.
You really want some free toys.
Oh, that is a class spike, or the rest are Ace2. It's a rarity, Brian. John says no, Tubbs, you can't play. So you definitely can't play
Fine,
now.
Jonathan.
The people have
Fine.
spoken. The people have spoken, Tubbs. Like,
Damien says, love that Sandman, very underrated figure. You could possibly win that figure, Damien. Jonathan says, now Brian, be a good lad and have chat with Big Bang to add more filters to their website. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but I mean, look, to be fair, it as Brian has said before,
Tubbs is watching Back to the Future again. Oh,
I like
Connor.
this. But no, I mean, I know the website can be kind of like hard to navigate sometimes, but they've got some really good fucking deals at them. And if you're in the Irish fucking land and you know, in
I got the time to go through that website, so I ain't
yeah, but if you
complaining.
got like if you're living on the island, man, do you know what I mean? You get your stuff pretty damn fast, like so.
Mm.
You know, and in this day and age, man, fucking, you know, post is fucking up in a heap, man. You know, so
Yeah, with import charges and stuff.
yeah. So do you know what I mean?
So,
So if to get your stuff faster is always a plus, like, do you know what I mean? So
Seeing as
it
I
is.
know,
So shout out to them.
Well,
they're
we've
good
got a lot of
dudes.
Star Wars fans in the chat. I know we have, because the guys
Yeah.
in other live streams. What I want to talk about next was what are your thoughts on Kathleen Kennedy possibly getting a new contract?
Fuck her. That's my thought on
Like,
Kathleen
no,
Kennedy.
before I go any further, right? I want to say yes, she was responsible for the movie side of it stuff, but she's also responsible for the Mandalorian and stuff like that as well.
Is
has
she
to
though?
She has to
Is she
greenlight that.
really responsible for the Mandalorian, or is it the hard work and effort that went in by all of the other people that made that happen? Her name is just on the fucking thing. I
but
produced that shit. No, go fuck yourself in the face, you stupid bitch, and get away from Star Wars.
Jesus.
That's where I stand. I love you,
But
Brian,
Tubbs-
but she's a cunt.
But Tubbs, like, but Tubbs, at the end of the day, none of that happens if she says no. That's the
But,
point I'm making.
Do it.
None of that happens. None of that hard work happens if she says no at the start.
Yeah,
And like
but
this comes
she's-
across the Rogue Squadron movie is being stopped now as well. Been put on the shelf
Yeah.
because they've had creative differences with the one that made Wonder Woman, which I don't mind really because Wonder Woman 84 was terrible.
Oh my god, it was fucking horrendous.
I mean,
It was horrible, like.
I suppose it just opens her up to go back to Wonder Woman 3 now. So
honestly, they need to kill that shit.
Viking score! Well done, mate.
oh, not to go into a DC rant, but did
Oh,
you see
no.
the news that came out of it today with Discovery?
No?
Do you remember everyone was kind of going like about the Snyder Cut and all that
Well,
direction
I
to
think we've
DCU?
entered Bizarro land. Everybody's agreeing with Tubbs here.
I know.
I agree
What
with
the
Tubbs
fuck?
and technically.
They fucking missed me last week. That's what happened, boys. They fucking missed me. But no, but there's
jokes, guys.
it's looking very likely now that the Flashpoint movie, Wonder Woman 3, the new Aquaman film, Black Adam, Shazam 2, all these movies are going to basically push.
Simon, he does this with someone different every week. It's not just Kathleen.
No,
Kennedy.
but it genuinely looks like they're pushing towards Final Crisis, and Final Crisis will be Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3 to finish it off, and that'll be the entire. Basically, they're going to treat it like an Endgame level fucking ending.
But this is the problem.
But they're
They've
going to
not
build
built
it throughout these
But they
movies.
saw that.
No, but see, Bruno, this was the argument, and we said this before, that they did Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, and then jumped straight to Justice League. If they do it this way, they are actually relatively building it through the movies for another few years before they actually do it. Because Snyder can't come back to do it anyway because he's got Army of the Dead, that universe, and Rebel Moon to kind of knock out first. But
So
do you know where Snyder does the cryptic posts on his thing?
Yeah.
Where he showed he's been putting up a lot of like crisis, Final Crisis posts.
The
He should
problem
stick
is
with
But yeah.
it's still
zombie
being
movies.
built on a weak foundation.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
look, but no, it does. But what I'm saying is if they going out when Discovery take this over, and if they actually do this right and use each movie to like just layer bits and pieces as they go, they
Sure.
might be able to get to a good build on that. That's the hope, anyway. That is the hope. But it
So
seems
here's
to
the
be.
It
Go on, go
would
on.
be nice if they did. It would be nice if they did that, but
He's
they are
good,
still
Joe,
going to be
search
missing
that, yeah.
one thing, which Marvel has had since the beginning: Kevin Feige.
Yep.
They need someone like that
Big
They
Bang
do.
Theory.
They
take
do.
the-
Country.
that can
Well,
take the
hopefully-
whole arc together. Because
Well,
otherwise, they're
hopefully now
fucked.
the main man at Discovery seems to be the guy that's taken over the DC side of things. So maybe he is going to be the guy that's kind of like just making sure that these movies are kind of in some way building. Like that's the hope. That's all you could hope is that
Yeah,
they,
like all
they
I would
like
say about DC
their
is
way to
prove me wrong.
restructure. You know.
Look,
it.
I would love it to be done properly.
Yeah,
That's
so would
that's
I.
what my hope is. I'm hoping that this is very much a thing, Bruno. That this is like their second
Yep.
chance to get it right.
So,
I think if they
you
do
know?
it properly, good. But I don't know. I don't know, Tubbs, because
yeah, it's
It-
a,
you know
it's
what
a
it is,
massive
Bruno,
wait and
and-
see,
and-
isn't it?
yeah.
No, but I have talked to a few other people about this, and it is that whole like like people have felt burnt by the first kind of design,
Yeah.
so it's hard to kind of accept that they're going to do it right. I just hope that this new move to Discovery and this new kind of like it seems like they're trying to push forward with a plan, which is crazy because
Yeah.
for a lot of
This-
people they never had a plan.
So,
But
so let me just one thing very quickly. So the Snyder Cut, in my opinion, was very good.
well,
But
see,
the
this
Snyder-
is what's going to happen is the Snyder Cut becomes canon, not the Whedon Cut.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Look at Brian like cringing. The
Oh.
problem with the Snyder Cut is that it shouldn't have been a Snyder Cut, and it should have been actually 3 different movies. We should have had a proper build up for each of those events that you'd seen.
I agree. That should have been like the 6th movie in the franchise. It shouldn't
Yep.
have been the 3rd.
Yep.
So that's what I
actually-
mean. Is like,
it
Batman
was
versus-
the third.
but
yeah,
I'm
and
hoping with the calendar that they're after putting out
Sure.
because they're not saying Justice League 2 and 3 are coming now. They've got like 9 or 10 movies on a slate before this happens.
That's
So
fine. And Batman versus Superman just needs to disappear from that universe.
I mean,
It's
I
fucking horrendous.
actually liked it, but I liked it
No.
for different reasons.
Oh,
I liked it because it gave me what I enjoyed and other people. I get
Look
why
at
people
Tubbs
hated it,
taking
man.
us down a DC Avenue again.
I know, but
No.
Tubbs,
I mean, look, we'll
but
move straight back off it. I just
Oh.
kind of like I saw that
But-
whole kind
but
of
they But they
right up.
They completely ruined Doomsday, man. Like
Yeah.
I will
no,
never,
I'll agree
I will
there.
never
I'll agree
forgive
there.
for Doomsday, ever.
Like we
So-
talked about this before, man. That like I mean, I would love to see the Death of Superman as a live action movie.
Yeah, they could easily.
You know what I mean?
They need to. They need if they did that movie, they should have done that movie in 2 parts. Part 1 is fucking Doomsday on his own with
Yeah.
an origin story, because his origin.
And part 2 is Reign of the Superman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Honestly, they could have done it. The Doomsday origin. You guys have heard me bang on about it. Probably people on the channel as well. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
the origin story for Doomsday is one of the best ones out there.
Yeah,
It's just brutal. It represents everything that Doomsday is, and that's what we should have had. It's not what we got. We got it. Oh fuck me! Every time I think of the Doomsday and Batman versus Superman, it's like I just want to like
Jesse Eisenberg,
poke
come on, like.
Oh god, it's just fucking
Yeah.
Would
horrendous.
you like
I mean,
some
like,
Smarties?
I didn't even like him. Like we've talked about this before. Like everyone knows, like fucking now at this point that like I still hail Michael Rosenbaum as the best live action Lex
said-
Luthor. You know, so
Yep.
Jesse Eisenberg was terrible. Like
So
Bad choice.
Jonathan says Rogue Squadron
he's just an awkward
experience
fucking human anyway.
is complete bullshit. It was announced way before Wonder Woman 84 came out, and even had the video of her getting into an X-Wing. I had actually forgotten about that, but now she has to do Wonder Woman 3 first. Yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I totally agree with you, Jonathan. I'd say Kathleen Kennedy got the shits when she saw the bad returns from Wonder Woman 84. Will be my thoughts there.
Probably.
Shabby says, agree, Jonathan, just a load of bum crump.
Patty
Simon's-
Jenkins. Yeah.
Simon says she'll do shite on both. Patty Jenkins getting into an X-Men, that is. Catty would pull an indie if she tried to do that break it.
Jesus. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm not a Kathleen Kennedy fucking supporter in any way. I think she's
So
just
Anyway,
Here's one thing I will say for Kathleen
worst.
Kennedy. She was around when Force Awakens was brought up, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that like I mean I'm not going to sit here and go like, oh, she's the reason that trilogy fell apart. There was many fucking reasons that the trilogy fell apart. Many.
Nick, I thought the exact same when Bruno said that a while ago. He said, "Don't fuck Doomsday." Very dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, like to be fair, like I mean, the Doomsday in that movie did look like an arc from fucking Lord of the Rings.
That totally went over your head, Tubbs, and that's not.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
not-
think that's
Don't
what
fuck
the kind of
Doomsday?
fucking he's talking about.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be hard to go over your head. A lot goes over your head, in fairness.
It's the vertically challenged fucking height difference, my friend. You dickhead.
First small joke of the night, and it's a banger.
There you go. Come on. Get in there.
DC and Brie Larson chat, no matter what the original topic is, Tubbs' mutant power it is.
Yeah.
He just somehow worms it down into DC or Brie Larson. It just happens without her.
I feel these are the things we need to talk about. We need to find a very good balance in the world, my friends. All right?
Tubbs,
So
did
Brie
Brian tell
Larson
you what he
as
did last
Wonder
week?
Woman.
Huh?
Did Brian tell you what he did last week?
No.
He tweeted Brie Larson with clips of you going off on a rant and invited her to the show.
Really?
No, but fuck me, that'd be awesome.
You should fucking do it, man. Do it. You have my 100% permission. And if she writes back and goes, "Oh no, I don't like what you said," I'm like, "Oh fuck you in your face, bitch." You
Oh
know?
my god, Jesus!
I know he played Zod, but I also thought Michael Shannon would have been a great Bizarro. Well, he did become a Bizarro at the end.
Yeah, kind
Bizarro
of. But, like,
character.
but that would be another fucking good call for a villain as well, man. It's fucking live action Bizarro.
So,
What
I
the
don't even know
question
the
is,
Bizarro. I don't even
Is
know
if,
the Bizarro origin.
if Cavill was to come back as
he's a
Superman,
robot Superman in
would you have Cavill play Bizarro?
Or that's Cyborg Superman? There's too many Supermen anyway.
No, but would you think that's the direction they would go? Is have Cavill play Bizarro if he was the Superman in the movie?
Well, they fucked him enough, so they might as well fuck him some more.
Yeah, they might as well give him like fucking like, you know, here you can have 2 Supermans to play in this
Just-
movie.
Come to the Marvel universe. We love you. Play Captain Britain. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean like
He
fucking
already
I mean,
knows
there's,
as Captain Britain.
like the news is fucking mental at the moment. It's like fucking it's like Captain Britain for Cavill, fucking James Bond, The Rock. The Rock wants
The
to
Rock
fucking play James
cannot
Bond,
be
and
James
fucking
Bond.
Tom
The
Holland
Rock's-
wants to play
Hell
Bond.
no.
There is not a chance.
What was
The
that?
Rock
I
can
didn't
be
get that
Bond.
last comment that came up there.
Tubbs and the fourth guest waiting in the wings is Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. Do you know what?
Yeah,
Bring her on the
Tubbs
show, man. I'll
cannot
fucking
be
flirt with her.
fucking The Rock. Or Tubbs cannot be The Rock. What?
Did you just say you'd flirt with her? You see, you totally want to. You just want some Brie Larson action. That's what you want. You want some
No,
Envy
We did
Adam.
this last week.
like
Yeah.
I'm a red-blooded man, right? I might not like her, and she might annoy the piss out of me to no end, right? And I might think she's very much a cunt in this world,
Oh my god.
but she, I'll flirt with her, man. You know.
So, guys, if any of you who haven't seen this before, Tubbs has a love-hate relationship with Brie Larson. and
It's
he
not a
likes to-
love-hate relationship. I just think
he
she's a
loves that he
cunt.
hates it, and he hates.
I
that
just
he
think
loves
she's
her.
an actual fucking asshat. Like,
Well, that's fair. So, what did you guys watch this week? Let us know in the chat, guys.
Oh my
Who wants
God.
to start first?
Um.
Bruno, Tubbs.
Yeah,
What did you
I'll
watch,
take.
play, game, whatever?
I've not been playing anything. You guys know I've been a bit off the playing.
I like
I've
this
watched
idea. Dan Stevens for 007.
Dan Stevens. What? Hold on.
He was in The Guest. He was in Legion.
Oh, he
Yeah.
could be. Yeah, that's not a bad shout.
and
actually,
at this
to be
point,
fair.
just make Jack Black and 007.
Oh fuck
God.
no. Jesus.
Shabby geek.
But
for
it'd be
007,
reinvented,
yes.
reinvented fucking take on the character, man.
No, I'd rather a female character, female James
It's
Bond.
like what happens 007 when he's lashing back all those fucking pints
How
of
about
beer and
Henry
fucking
Cavill,
martinis. Like.
actually?
As
How can you have
Bond.
How can you have an actor like Cavill who the fans love and wants to play the roles, yet the powers that be go out of their way to make it not happen? What the fuck? Yeah, I totally.
I mean, to
agree.
be fair, like, where do you stand on that? Like, where do you stand as on Cavill as Bond?
I'd be happy with him as Bond.
I think he'd be a fantastic Bond. He reminds me of very much a Pierce Brosnan type Bond.
He needs to bulk down though.
God,
Nick,
Brie Larson for Bond.
Nick says
She'd be
Brie
like,
Larson
there'll be
for
no
Bond.
men in this fucking movie. Just have women that are fucking super powered and fucking so
Oh.
independent. Go fuck
Villains
yourself.
would all be men. The villains would all be men. So just okay before we, because this is going to go off on a
Brie
tangent.
Larson rant of the week.
I watched obviously a couple of things. We're going to talk about one of those things later on, which is obviously Hawkeye.
I'd like to see
I
Kevin as
did
Bond. Yeah, me
watch
too.
a bit of Revelations, but I haven't finished it yet. The one thing that I did watch, so obviously I was in hospital, but I watched Jaws. I hadn't seen Jaws in fucking ages.
Good man.
Hey, fuck me, I forget. Yes, it's one of those movies. You know it's a classic. You've watched it so many times before, but every time I watch it, I'm still.
Jane Bond and Tubbs is skyrocketing blood pressure. Yes.
Yes. Absolutely. Oh my god, emo Tubbs.
Oh, you've
He cuts
unleashed
his
the
own
other
grass.
Tubbs.
And
Bully Tubbs.
Yes. Oh my god, he does look like Bully Tubbs.
Fucking Bully McGuire and Bully Tubbs
Yes.
fucking kicking the shit out of Larson.
Oh no, anyway, Jaws. When I was a kid watching that, I always hated Quinn, and the more I watch it, the more it's less about Jaws, right? It's more about obviously these relationships that they have with each other.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
How like Richard Dreyfuss and the actor who plays Quint have like completely different views on life, right? One wants to protect sharks and loves them, the other one hates them, and they have different reasons for liking them and hating them. But obviously then there's the bonding moment that happens when they're getting drunk, etc. And man, it's just a fucking good movie that you know what? You see the shark maybe for what?
Couple
10,
of seconds
15?
even?
Yeah, like 15
Yeah.
minutes total. That's it. You don't see it more than that.
Like, he's
But
not in the
no.
movie fucking all that much. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
He's mostly in the water.
he's mostly in the water, yeah. But so there's a comment there. Even as a kid, hating Quinn is just so wrong. I hated Quinn because he seemed like the type of guy that if I was a kid, I would not want to hang around with. Right? That's the only thing. But no, Jaws is just one of those gems. Which I mean, the movie's from 1978, and it's still fucking good. Like you.
Almost the same age as you, Tubbs.
nearly.
Fuck.
But no, I agree with you, man.
Sorry.
Because older movies, man, for some fucking reason, just they have more staying power than newer films.
It's good, and when I was watching it, there's a scene, you know, where Richard Dreyfuss is obviously in the cage, and one of the scenes so you obviously see, you know, Jaws coming at him, but then once you get the underwater shots, you actually get a real life shark going at the cage, and just fucking Spielberg was a fucking genius with that shit, man, because he mixed in real life a real life shark with some of the Jaws footage, and he just brought that shit together. I absolutely love that movie, man, and it's been too long without watching it. So yeah, watch Jaws, bitches. Totally worth it.
That's a good fucking. That's a not a bad fucking nostalgia pop there, kid.
Oh, it was
That's
lovely, man.
a class film in fairness.
Yeah,
Mick says Big Shark 2 though, Bruno.
massive shock, like the shit I took. I mean,
Did that float as much?
definitely
Oh,
came
wow.
to try and bite me back. Okay.
Oh,
It
Poseidon's
was a
Gate.
12-incher. No, I'm joking. Anyway, come on. Who's next?
Tubbs, what have you watched this week?
I actually watched. I caught up on Chucky this week. I'm really digging this fucking show as well. Anyone that's a Chucky fan, it's really fucking like knitting all the fucking movies together, like and making sense of a lot of things you saw that like never made sense in the movies.
Even the Bride of Chucky?
But it's good, man. It's really fucking entertaining. And it's not even a horror show. Like, it's not even one of those things where you have to be like a big horror fan to enjoy it. It's actually just a really good fucking show. I watched obviously Revelations and Hawkeye. But outside of that, I watched the new South Park movie, post pandemic.
Yes.
Is that good?
It's
so
it's
good,
not really
man.
a movie. Post pandemic special. It's brilliant.
It's more like a special. It's more like a really long episode. But
where did you watch it on?
Fucking. Okay, I fucking found it online.
Did we go sailing, Tubbs?
Did Rich?
Oh
we go
yeah,
sailing the
you guys
seven
probably went
seas?
sailing. Sailing the
Sailing?
7 seas. Yeah. Come on, Tubbs. Arr. Sailing?
Oh no! I didn't actually. I found it online. I was looking for a stream.
So you went sailing?
Yeah,
I
sailing.
didn't actually go sailing on that one. I didn't
let
actually
me
go
spell
sailing
it
on
out
that one. I
for
didn't illegally download it. I actually found it.
Well, you illegally streamed it then, so same
Yeah,
thing.
you legally
Well,
streamed
yeah,
it. You
maybe
went
I
sailing,
illegally
son.
streamed it, but I didn't go looking for like a torrent to find it or something this time around.
It's still sailing.
It's a sailing
Okay, yeah, so I
thing.
sailed on that bitch, right? I
Oh
sailed
my
the shit out of
God.
that bitch.
Okay, you sailed.
But no, I really
streamed down
enjoyed it. It was
the
very
stream.
fucking weird, and as Brian pointed out, it was very fucking real in its own way as well. Like obviously with all the South Park fucking nonsense and messing in it, but there was a nice, there was a real fucking tone to it, which was very kind of heavy in its own right.
Like,
But I really enjoyed it.
of
It's
the
really good
things-
fucking thing.
A lot
But,
of the things in it we can't really get into on this because obviously spoilers, but
Yeah.
also because everyone has differing views and I don't want to go down that
Exactly.
sinkhole
But
of
the
a
one
thing.
the one that I did watch and I really fucking enjoyed it, and I swear to God, that's anyone in the chat or anyone in this fucking in this bubble of the Culture Cast. If you remember getting your first console as a kid, then you need to watch Epic Christmas.
Yes, I've been meaning to catch that as well.
Dude,
actually.
it is just a fucking fun Christmas family movie, but it is a nostalgia fucking bust to the core. It's all about the fucking Nintendo Entertainment System. It's from the 80s. It's a pure 80s movie. I loved it. Fucking loved it. Thought it was brilliant.
I've gotten a piss break.
It's fucking piss break. No, that was one as well.
let's-
But today, then I actually sat down and, as Bruno was on about watching a classic, I watched It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, it's depressing, isn't
Yeah, fucking sit down and watch me some black and white fucking Christmas stuff. Well, Christmas. It's
it?
basically.
I watched something depressing as well today, actually.
But it's not. I mean, it's not even really depressing, dude. It's more. Yeah, it's fucking. It's got a depressing edge to it, but it's got a feel good ending to it, and but it's old and it's fucking good, and I really like that movie. Like, but because I'm still about 3 weeks off watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, so I started watching other stuff. But yeah, I watch a ton of shit.
So
this week.
you're pretty much on that fucking Christmas boat already, aren't you?
Oh, I mean, like with the kids and everything, yeah, and
Yeah,
fucking
nice.
decorations in the house. And
I
putting
keep forgetting
trees
about
up.
the kids thing, like because I'm terrible for watching Christmas stuff. I'm not a
But-
huge fan at all.
Crazy thing is, trying to get them to watch Christmas movies is a fucking struggle. They just want to watch like their shows and their movies and stuff. But they actually did because Netflix actually dropped fucking Sonic the Hedgehog on the Netflix this week.
Yeah,
So they've
on Netflix, yeah.
literally, I think I've seen Sonic the Hedgehog like 4 times this week.
It's a good movie though.
Yeah, so the kids are loving it. So yeah, good.
Just,
Good.
what Jonathan was saying there about Jaws. Shark prop not only made Spielberg made a better film, but launched his movie career. If that prop had worked, God knows what we would have gotten.
Yeah.
Because it didn't work, did it, at the start? Robert Shaw, legend, sadly taken too soon. Still apart from the shark scene. What was the scene that made you jump? See if you were thinking about that one scene that still gets me.
So to me, I actually said it was like the chumming the waters bit. I still remember that.
Yeah.
Like
You
he's
saw
chumming
it,
the
sorry.
waters.
Chumming the waters.
Sai says, if you type Robert Shaw's son on YouTube, I guarantee you'll be blown away. Trust me. I'm going to do that in a while.
This better not be like Two Girls, One Cup. Round before.
We could be getting fucking baited here, like.
Maybe.
Oh my God, he actually really shit. Fair play. He really looks like his dad. Shit. Yeah, definitely worth it.
Before SFX, Phil. Because speaking of fucking looking like your dad, Fiona Dourif in the Chucky show is actually playing her dad.
Yeah, she's the head off the father. Yeah.
He's playing Charles Lee Ray, from when he the original Charles Lee Ray from the 80s, like whatever. And it's fucking crazy how much he looks like him.
Oh, this is great. Now, guys, actually, remember last week when we went through what we were watching, and Jonathan mentioned Tiger King 2.
I still haven't seen Tiger King 1.
Okay, so
I know what you're gonna do. I know what you're gonna do.
I found the video today. So yeah, someone, do you know those cameo things, Tubbs, where someone pays money for someone to say shit? Well, Carol Baskin, the lead person.
Oh yeah, she's a fucking nut job, like, right?
Yeah, someone sent her a cameo, and I'm not gonna say anything. I just let it speak for itself. It's so good. So share audio.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Cool cats and kittens. It's Carol Baskin at Big Cat Rescue. Hi, Rolf Harris. All your kids wanted to get together and tell you that you have really touched them and that they love all that you have done for them. There's a lot of great stories about you and your best friend, Jimmy Seville. You can hear those. Happy birthday, Rolf.
A lot of great stories and how you touched them.
Wow. As one of the comments on that video says, I would love to buy a pint for the guy that did that because it's amazing.
So what this has proven to me is that
Abby says, okay,
people have literally found a way to make Cameo more entertaining.
Yeah. We'll see you later, Shabby. Have an awesome dinner. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the show. Jonathan, oh my God.
That's fucking magic.
Oh my fucking God. Had you not seen that, Jonathan? So good. Damien says, what did I just watch?
I hadn't seen that. I'd seen another one that she had done before, but I was like, that one's fucking gold.
But yeah, someone pranked her and sent her in that message that she obviously knew nothing about these two UK pedophiles.
It's fucking hell.
You want to see it again? You want to do it once more?
Yes.
Oh, Rolf Harris, huh?
I had to watch it the second time myself, like so.
Oh my God! Go on,
I'll give you guys another go. Play it once more for the
Cats and kittens. It's Carol Baskin at Big Cat Rescue. Hi, Rolf Harris. All your kids wanted to get together and tell you that you have really touched them and that they love all that you have done for them.
Oh.
I hear there's a lot of great stories about you and your best friend, Jimmy Seville. Can't wait to hear those. Cool cats and kittens.
I wonder at a later date, right? Did she actually fucking look these two up?
No, she must get like hundreds of these, mate. Like she has to.
Well, to be fair, she's a bit fucking touched in the fucking skull as well, like so.
Oh God, it was fucking funny. But anyway, let's move on. I just said I'd show you that before. So when I watched this,
that's gold.
Damien, let's move on before there's no viewers. Not seeing that one, just regular pranks.
I wonder.
cameos
I
and
wonder.
gags.
Should we get Carol Baskin to like
No thanks.
do something like this?
I don't
for
want
the
any
Thundercats?
animal abusers on my channel, thanks. But yeah, fuck her. Excuse my French.
God.
Or I wonder,
But,
could we get Ralph Harris to do a cameo?
From prison, probably not.
I'm pretty sure he needs the money right now. Let's be fair. Like,
Well,
For his-
no,
you know,
I'm
he's
not
cracked
going on with
out
this
there.
conversation. Stop it, Tubbs.
Wait. He still gets royalties, surely, doesn't he?
Mick Leonard says, put her
from
in the
Art
bin.
Attack.
Yeah,
No, 'cause-
put her in the
Put
bin,
her
fill
in
it up
the
with
bin.
sand. And fill it with sand and concrete.
I just
yeah.
did you know one of the songs from Rolf Harris is Two Little Boys?
Oh, stop.
Jake
Two
the
little
Peg.
boys. Two little boys have two little toys. Isn't that it?
Yeah.
People also
Anyway,
seem to get Pretty Prince Jr. to say stupid shit for these camo vids as well.
what happened to Freddie Prinze Jr.? Like I
He was a
remember that-
WWE writer at one stage.
Freddie Prinze Jr. went on to be a writer for the WWE, and now he's got his own fucking show. That wrestlers like make cameos on every now and again. It's like a sitcom show. But
Oh,
dude, he
fair
don't need to work, man. He's making fucking Masters of the Universe and Revelations money off Tila. Like,
play. That's Steela's making that money, not him.
yeah, but they're married, so like it's kind of half
Yeah.
his now. Like,
Prince Jr.
or
No,
maybe
but,
she gives him an allowance. I don't know.
Mick says, good toy channel name, Two Little Boys of Two Little Toys. No, Tubbs, I'm sure
Oh my
Right
God.
Chubby Brown is available, but for Monopoly money,
There you
that
go.
guy as well. So what I watched this week was I caught Black Friday, which is the discount horror about a discount toy
The Bruce
shop
Campbell one.
on Black Friday, and
Yeah.
they basically turned to zombies, and
oh, you watched
was-
that, and
it was okay. It was like very,
Oh.
very, very bottom of the barrel, low budget. The guy from Chucky's in it as well. You know his name.
Devin
Tubbs.
Sawyer.
Devin Sawyer, he was in it too. It was okay. It was like fun hour and a bit, but it just got terrible. It's like the first half an hour, it starts off really well, and just kind of went to shit after that. And I still watched all of it to the end though. But there was a few times I was going to turn it off. I can hear a wild Grace in the background.
You might as well say hello since your cameo every week.
Yeah.
Story.
Hi, Grace.
hey, Grace.
Hey.
That's it, Grace. Chokehold. Do it.
Mick says, catch you later, guys, going for a poo and a bit. Hopefully not in the same place.
I was gonna say
The bedroom.
not at the same place. Hopefully. Yeah.
I'm on a live stream. Get the fucking baby. Fucking ass.
Say hello to Grace, everybody, and good night.
Bye, Grace.
Say goodbye.
Bye bye.
Oh, it's as big as you,
I
Tubbs.
missed. Damn it. Okay, right.
It's too tall for him.
No, don't do that when your child's in the room.
Jonathan said hello, Grace. Thumbs up.
Did she just tell you off? Don't do that when your child is in the room.
Do it out. Don't do it when there's a child here. Do it outside of the house. Your girlfriend's
Tubbs getting
upstairs.
chastised
Stop
by
having
his own
an
children.
affair with something I'm taking.
Go to bed.
Okay, bye.
Grace,
She's grounded for the week now.
Lazy. Okay,
Don't
bye.
take any shit from him, Grace.
That was gold. Oh God.
Bye, Grace.
Wouldn't people have to play his shit for him to get royalties? I reckon his stuff
Absolutely,
is
yeah.
all blacklist this stage.
I might just
what
play
if-
that shit just so he gets a cent.
I also
my
watched
God.
Red Notice with Ryan Reynolds, The Rock, and Gal
I
Gadot.
half watched it.
It's 100
And-
action movies you've ever seen before
Yep.
with
Yeah.
just bigger stories. It's okay.
Yep.
It's all right.
It's
Yeah, I
like
mean-
a heist movie within a
Inoffensive is
heist
what I'd
movie.
call it.
Like
So
from
what?
what I've seen of it, it is genuinely a turn your brain off at the door
Tubbs' daughter said
film.
it's all
But
over
I
Tubbs.
thought The Rock and Ryan Reynolds, from
Just
what
like
I saw,
everyone,
standing tall over Tubbs.
And Tubbs is actually standing up as well. He's not even sitting down.
Oh, she's a bigger diva than me. Like,
Don't be lying. I know the both of you.
well, I'm
God.
hardly worse, right?
Well, you created her, so if anything, you're worse.
This is
That's
true.
your
Yeah,
habits.
Nice.
The quote He Man, huh?
Yeah,
I
so
have the
He-Man
power.
Revelations. I watched that, but I also watched today actually Spider-Man 3.
Oh, yeah, you told me.
No.
Fucking horrendous.
I went on a live stream on Any World But Ours the other day talking about this. I probably should have watched it before I went on it, but I
No,
really didn't
definitely
want-
not.
But I really didn't want to. But I just ended up watching it today because it was not on whilst I was editing videos and stuff. So I just threw it on in the background. And why does Venom sound like a chicken in pain or something?
Oh no, they just completely fucked that whole movie, man.
So like when he's
But-
roaring at Spider-Man, he's like, "Eh!"
But I
What
mean,
the hell is
like,
this?
and you know this, Brian, that like, I mean, I think we've talked about this before. It's like, I mean, but like, Venom was never supposed to be in that movie. Like, it was the studio that like kind of like shoehorned him in at the last minute. That's why,
like we've
even, I
talked,
think
we've
Sam
talked
Raimi
this
even
one
said
to
it.
dead as well. Like,
But Sam Raimi's actually went on record and even said that he kind of didn't really know the character, so he didn't really know what he was fucking doing with it. But I said it to Brian today when he told me, I was like, Spider-Man 3, in a lot of respects, is the reason the 70s show's last season was so terrible. Because the main actor in the 70s show left to make Spider-Man 3.
Oh shit!
And-
So
But, like-
he ended up ruining two things then.
Yeah, basically by proxy, like the 70s
it's
show
not
ended
like
up
he's
being
had a
shite
stellar
at the very
career
end.
since. Like,
No,
And that's one of my favourite fucking shows. Like,
that 70s. Yeah, I love that.
I
70s.
fucking love it.
Fucking love Fez. Fez is my favorite.
Man, Brian used to say it to me so much, like, because I mean, it was on Netflix, so I used to like watch it on repeat.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What are you watching tonight?" I was like, "70 show." He stopped asking me after a while because he just knew that I was watching it. Like,
He's coming. What I really like about that show, like Mila Kunis. So that was the show that launched.
Mila
obviously,
Kunis, that's
Mila
all I liked
Kunis,
about
Yeah.
it.
and Ashton Kutcher as well, right? But the thing is, Mila Kunis, she actually lied about her age to do
Yeah,
that.
it's all for grace.
yeah. I mean, and there was later interviews about it that, like, because obviously, you know, she like did the kiss Kelso and all this kind of stuff because she was going out with him. But like, I remember Ashton Kutcher talking about it years later, so it was like, he felt so like weird about the whole fucking thing, like,
Yeah,
because
and they end up being
she was-
married. They end up married.
yeah, now they're married. Like,
Now they're doing
Um,
NFT cartoon shows together.
I don't think Spider-Man 3 killed
Yes.
Topher Grace's career.
What else was he in after that? Though I don't really remember him in
He did
anything.
He's been in a shitload of things. Like, he's been in a load of things, but it's
He was in Ocean's. So he was in Ocean's 11 as a cameo. He did a few rom-coms and things like that. But
yeah, he didn't go on to do anything like major in film.
Yeah, I
you know?
don't remember him in any big roles after that. Like,
Now, rumor, like, I don't know if you've heard that they're doing that 90s show.
what?
There's a new show
it's
coming
through
out,
the parents, isn't it?
but it's focused on Kitty and Red Foreman and
What?
Eric and Donna's daughter. So there's
Fuck.
like cameos from the original cast coming back into it and stuff as well. And
Why?
No, come on,
Why?
come on.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about it 100% because I like
You'll watch
season
it,
8 of,
Togs.
but season 8 of the 70s show, like, you know, I mean, it was what it was. It ended up being kind of a bit of a train wreck for the majority of it. You know?
That's like when they redid what was that
Scrubs.
fucking thing? Full House. Do you remember? Oh, don't Scrubs.
And they
the
didn't bring
last
back
season
the
of
Olsen
Scrubs.
twins or nothing. Like,
So like, do you guys remember Full House?
yeah,
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So like, I kind of grew up watching like some of the Full House stuff because that's obviously like what we watched growing up. And when I heard that there was a new one being made, I was like, okay, so what's this about and things like that. And it's just like, what's the fucking point? And it's the same thing with Boy Meets World. Do you guys remember Boy Meets World with like Topanga and Corey? And apparently they've now made one where it's about Girl Meets World or something. It's like it's their kid.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, for fuck's sake, at least come up with new ideas. Like, stop being lazy, you cunts.
has any
Yes,
of you
yes,
actually?
you were in love with Mighty Ducks show.
And to
Go
be
fuck
fair, I
yourself.
was one of the biggest. I was one of the biggest Mighty Ducks fans for the movies. I had the jerseys. I fucking
Yeah.
loved it when I was a kid. I still have yet to watch that show. But
It's-
have you?
Yeah.
Has any of you laid your eyes on the Saved by the Bell show, the new one?
Hot
No.
garbage, I heard.
Like all the original cast is back for it. Like, well,
Including the
minus
porn
Dustin
star.
Diamond.
Oh, he died. He died, sure.
He actually passed away. Like
Oh wait, the guy.
Screech.
Screech, yeah.
He was the porn star.
Yeah, he
right?
actually passed away. Yeah. But man,
Oh,
I was
shit.
watching it. They did it. There was the episode was like a tribute episode or something, to him. But man, they've all like What's your man's name that plays Slater?
Mario Lopez.
Mario Lopez.
Mario.
He still looks the fucking same as he did in the show. The
Yeah,
rest
but
of
yeah.
them,
he's always looked the same though. Like in
yeah, but the
general.
rest of them have like fucking have aged really badly. Like, but do you remember the girl that played Jessie?
The one that
She
was
was
in
like the clever.
Showgirls.
Yes. Funny enough, as you did mention, Showgirls is apparently Showgirls is now canon in the Saved by the Bell world.
No, it's not.
Because apparently, like it was like an offshoot kind of conversation, like a little jab and a joke that
I actually
Jessie
really
took
liked her.
time off college to find herself and ended up stripping.
Oh my
Fuck
god!
off.
I actually
Yeah.
really. So just as an aside, I actually really like Showgirls. I don't understand why people think it's a bad movie. It's a fucking brutal movie.
What's Showgirls?
Yeah.
It's
And
fucking epic.
Yeah, it shows a lot of like
Tits.
horror. Well, aside from that, I wasn't even going with that. I was just
No,
Like
I
to
know,
be
I know.
fair,
It's
it
just
did
very
seem to be
brutal.
one thing that like
It's not all exploitation and stuff.
yeah, but I mean like pool sex looks anatomically incorrect in the movie, but like it looks like a lot of fun. So
Anyway, let's move swiftly on from that.
I think the whole show should be about Showgirls. Let's keep on this subject.
Jonathan said, anyone watching the new Dexter been holding off as the last
Brian has
season was
watched it.
so bad?
Hmm.
Have either of you guys watched it so far?
I said this to you. I stopped watching Dexter. I can't remember when I stopped watching it, but I'm gonna have to go back and start watching it. And it wasn't because I didn't like the show. It was just one of those things where I just started watching something else and never went back to it.
I will say though, I agree with Jonathan. The last two series were fucking horrendous, and I think that's because the main like creator or writer or whatever, he left after season 4 because if you guys remember, there was a big pause in Hollywood there because of the writer's strike.
Maybe that's when I stopped.
But a decade back ago, and like seasons
remember
5 and
writers'
6
strike.
were okayish, and seasons 7 and 8 were awful. But the creator is back for this, and I'm loving it so far. I think it's
Nice.
3rd episode this week, and
Wait, is this the 9th season?
8th.
Just a
Or
new
yeah,
Dexter,
9th, yeah, 9th, yeah.
Fuck me, I totally must have stopped after season 4. So
But he's in a small snowy town in the north of America, and nobody knows who he is. It's really good.
Do you know what the
Suspenseful.
most fucked up thing about that show for me was?
Was that?
After finding out that Dexter was actually banging his sister in real life.
Oh, Jennifer Carpenter.
Yeah, I just couldn't watch it the same. I was like, no, fuck it. I finished it, but every time I was like,
Why would you think of that? It's supposed to be a TV show. Who gives a fuck what the actors are doing?
I know, but they brothers and sisters in the TV show, and it's like you banging your. No, I just.
I'm sure you've watched brother sister stuff before, Bruno.
I totally have. Of course, I have.
I gotta go back and watch this show because now I'm way more interested.
But yeah, they totally banged off screen for like a few seasons. And
Yeah,
it's
they
just-
were married and all at one point, were they?
Were they? Fuck, I didn't know they
Possible.
were married.
Damien says
Man.
Avi Arad destroyed it. No one else. Enough said, utter prick. Yeah, he destroyed a
Yeah.
lot of good stuff at Sony.
Yeah.
Jonathan, wasn't Screech involved in some dodgy shit, or am I thinking of someone else? Didn't he like
Oh no,
kill somebody by
Screech
accident or
was.
something? He
Yeah,
killed someone by
Screech did time in
accident.
prison and everything, man.
He was
Yeah, I
a
knew.
wrestler. He did everything he got his hands on. That guy.
Yeah, he went through a fucking weird stage with drugs and fucking abuse, and he ended up in prison for assault and
Okay.
everything.
Hi, Jared.
man.
How are you?
Hey, buddy. But I think he wrote a fucking book as well, and he trashed the whole cast and crew.
Yeah, he
of the-
had a rough
Saved by the
time
Bell.
of it.
He
So-
released a celebrity sex tape called "Screeched, Saved by the Smell." For fuck's
Oh
sake.
my god!
Oh.
That's
But,
so not the title of a sex tape.
Yeah,
Like
so-
"Saved by the Smell." Like no,
But he passed away. I think it was last year. I think.
no,
yeah,
it
Jonathan
wasn't
said
actually.
there they were married in real life during the filming of Dexter.
Yeah.
Mate, he died this year, 2021.
Was it
Yeah.
this year? Okay. It was,
This year, yeah.
But see, 2022 and 2021, it felt like 7 years. So.
I know.
We haven't got 22 yet, Tubbs.
Oh yeah. See, I never fucking clue. I'm gonna
Dustin
fucking.
Neil Diamond. That is such a good.
Dustin
porn star
Diamond,
name.
yeah.
Dustin Diamond.
So,
that is a
um,
good porn star name. I'm sorry, it's like rock hard.
Yeah, but
a
they
good
did
wrestling name as
actually like have a tribute section for him in one of the episodes. Now I haven't been sitting down watching all of the Saved by the Bell show. It's just like I kind of jumped in and watched that episode because all the original cast was back,
Oh,
and
excuse me.
they had the thing. I won't be watching the rest of it.
No, is it shit?
No, it's like it's they're I think they tried to start a new show and then they kind of realized that like nobody wants to see a new bunch of fucking kids, you know, in this weird setting. They just want to see the old cast, so they brought it back, and now it's just kind of becoming a weird, dodgy nostalgia thing, and it's not the good nostalgia either for me.
I think he was rumored to play. I think he was rumored for Daredevil at one point. If I'm
Really?
not correct, if I'm not right, I could be wrong. No, but anyway, there has been a lot of people wanting Michael C. Hall to be in a Marvel film for a while. After that, we're going to move on to He Man. No, Masters of the Universe Revelations.
I'm trying to see if I can find anything on Michael C. Hall.
I think they were just rumors at the time.
Oh, there was some people who said actually Michael C. Hall is Carnage. He would have actually been a very good Carnage, to be fair.
He's too quiet, I think.
But that I would have been okay with that if he went the Psycho route.
I still say to this day that Jim Carrey would have been perfect for that role.
He would have been perfect like a few years ago. That's the only problem I'd have.
No, yeah, but like in the
2020s are like Star Wars sequel every year.
In his time frame of 20, was it 20 fucking number 23?
Oh, that is such a fucking good movie.
Yeah, if you had that Jim Carrey playing that fucking character,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is 2007 though, mate. That is 14 years ago.
Yeah, but still,
it doesn't feel that long ago.
So, yeah, Damien said he meant recently. So that's interesting if he's been in something now. Yeah. So, Bruno, how far into Masters Universe have you watched?
So I'm 2 episodes away from finishing it. It's all right. Like there's, how do I put this? I'm okay with twists and turns, but at the same time, I feel like they are putting in twists and turns for the sake of twisting and turning.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we got. I'm gonna try and say as much as I can without obviously doing any spoilers. But we got Skeleton God or Skeletal God, whatever you want to call him. And for someone so powerful, like the route that they then took with it, I think they just completely fucked it, personally. Like, there was a nice piece on the origins for Evelyn. And I don't know, maybe because I'm still 2 episodes from finishing it, like I'll change my mind. But it just feels like every single time they are trying to get to the end, they're like, oh, you know what? Let's just do this now. It's like,
yeah,
just stay on the same route, like stay the course. Like I actually really liked the first part because I thought, you know, it was really stable. Like, you know, you had obviously the thing where Adam died, and you know, you had Tila and Andra finding their way through, and you know, kind of getting the crew together. Great, that was like a really stable course. And then as soon as like the power came back, like everything has just been like, you know, a monkey doing coke, throwing darts at a bunch of ideas, and that's what happens. It's like, guys, relax, just stable.
Sounds like Kevin Smith, all right.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I think we can all agree now, though, that as much as this was promoted as Masters of the Universe He Man Revelations, this was never meant to be a He Man show.
No,
like it's He Man universe, but it's a Tila fucking series. It's all about Tila.
Well,
the whole concept of this entire
show. It's all about
Tila
and Evelyn as well.
That's what I mean. Is it is very much their, and once it's their story, it's based around them all. But like He Man's not the main focus of this.
Nor is Skeletor.
No.
But I'm okay.
That wasn't as obvious in the first part. In this part, it's all about Evelyn. I thought, oh, I'm breaking free from the chains of a man, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I'm. Go on, Subs.
No. My take on the entire like 10 episode run is this, without giving away the ending or anything like that, because I know you haven't seen it. But my take on it is very much this. I can see why people are split on this. I can see why people seem like they got fucked over and they expected a He-Man show and they didn't get it.
Yes.
I can understand that there's like certain things that were done that people felt like the team took liberties with and just did stupid things they should never have done with the characters. I totally agree on some of them. I really do. But I still enjoyed the shit out of it. Like I really did fucking enjoy it. As And I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe am I clouded with my fucking nostalgia for the original?
Plenty.
I don't know what it is. It probably is that. Did Tubbs what?
Did you offend
anyone?
I'm back. Did Tubbs offend anyone while I was away? Yeah, there
hard to
was
say,
10
Connor.
more people
Really
in the
hard
chat,
to
like,
say.
so.
And sometimes I say stuff and it's unfiltered and I can't remember what the fuck I said 10 seconds ago. So yeah, probably.
I will say, like, I enjoyed part 1 more, I think.
Yeah.
And that's because there was the whole, like, oh, but wait for part 2. So I was like, oh, part 1's okay. Let's see what's happening in part 2. And I don't want to say much about it because obviously there's people in chat who haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't blown away.
So as an example, like, for me,
Yeah,
part 1 had
that too.
This is very true, John.
He
Yeah.
has said nothing lately.
But for me, part 1 had a really good build up to that
Mm.
moment. Like, it was a really good build up. Like, you had, Adam, like, in Eternia, like, you got to see a really good build up of, the champions that came before him, all of it, right? And then you get to this bit where now, Skelegod takes over. Okay, cool. And then, oh, I wonder if I can still do this. Oh, I've got the power. And then you get this, like, barbarian He Man just rampaging on, and it's like, okay, cool.
Kevin Smith wanted to make a Hulk TV show, I think.
Yeah.
See, for me,
I don't know.
Bruno, I think that's where they really kind of like missed a step. Was when you were on about the barbarian He-Man, when, like, he like got the power and he was more fucking, he was bigger and fucking.
Yeah.
He was in the trailers as well, so we're not spoiling anything.
Yeah. So that's not spoiler. You see it in. But the thing I felt that they missed was, without spoiling it around for anyone, is I felt they should have had like a massive showdown, like proper, like end of days showdown with Barbarian He-Man, like, but not like, he should have been able to figure out, like, once he kind of figured out how to, like, channel the power of the sword into this form. Bigger He-Man versus bigger Skelegod. But then it kind of went a different direction, and then
It's like,
you're kind of going,
like,
and then we all know, as you said, then it became the Tila and Evelyn show.
To keep in with the tone of this podcast, part 1 was made by Marvel and part 2 was made by DC.
Yes, actually.
I disagree completely. I disagree completely.
No, but
That's
hold
fine.
on. To that point, I once again, I've said this and I'll say it. Part 1, you had a proper build up to everything that happens. You get introductions to all of these characters. For me, part 2, I think they blew their load on a lot of characters way too soon. Like,
oh no, I'm only disagreeing because I like DC and.
Oh. You fucker.
I'm not saying Brian's. I'm not saying Brian's not wrong, because he's completely fucking right. I'm just disagreeing because I like DC.
You like DC, yeah. But as an example,
all jokes aside, you are right. There was a lot more. There was a lot more structure in the first half.
Scattergun approach in the second series.
I mean, we'll talk about it in more detail when Bruno's seen the whole thing. But
sorry guys, I'll watch it.
No, that's no, come here. There's often been weeks I've not got around to stuff as well, man. But yeah.
Bruno, what do you think of Eternals? What do you think of Black Widow? What do you think of Shang-Chi?
How have you not watched these before, Tubbs?
And they're on the list. I get them.
You need to watch Black Widow so I can have someone to bitch with about how shit it was.
But see, this is the problem. I love Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, so and I love Florence Pugh, so I'd probably like it.
Yeah,
part 1 would have been fine, except to turn Tila into such an unlikable character.
See, I think that's where the problem was. I think that's what the problem was. I think they were building up to like it was like a He-Man and Tila adventure. And then they're kind of promising, oh no, when it comes back now, it's gonna be, you're gonna see He-Man much fucking more aggressive, bigger. It's gonna be a massive fucking fighting, because Skeletor, is big fucking Skelegod. So you're expecting this massive showdown, and you get it in points.
Interesting question from Connor here. If we get to see our beloved characters on TV again, but it has to be in the current Hollywood climate with a certain ideology, is it worth the trade-off?
No, because this generation is fucked.
I disagree.
You have to shoehorn in inclusion. You have to. It's too much shoehorning shit in to
I
please
think
the
you
masses.
can. I think you can make good shows without.
You can,
without
but
doing all that
it
stuff,
comes
though.
at a price.
Good
I like
writing.
the. Yes, exactly.
But back in the day when we
it's
were all
exactly
younger, Bruno, it was all about the writing. It was all about the shows. You weren't making shows to go like, do we have enough? Like minorities clicked on our fucking page.
I
You know what I mean?
I know.
That stuff that never bothers me, really.
So
No, I mean
I don't care
it
who's
doesn't.
being
But
cast.
the point, but like you can even see it here. It's like, and as I said, this goes to me about the He Man thing. Is I can understand where people are getting kind of annoyed because it does feel like some inclusion and fucking, like this kind of shit is just being shoehorned in.
So
just to please demographics and whatever.
So I haven't felt that way personally, but I mean, then again, I don't have the same attachment to the original series, and
Like, certain things I will say.
Like I didn't watch
stand out
this
a mile.
show and get that, but I can understand why people would, because there is a lot of it in it. There genuinely is, like in this He Man show. There is a lot of this kind of like independent woman. I can do it for myself. This kind of shit. And yeah, it's cool, but but the problem is if you made it a Tila show and that's the drive and it's all about Tila's journey, then that's what you're getting and you know what you're getting going in. But they masked it as He Man Revelations. You know what I mean?
I just want to address something. Can you put up was it Connor's comments again with regards to the
Go on.
ideologies and the climates, Brian? Okay, so I think there has to be a very clear separation on like the
It
Hollywood
has to be a
climates
balance, though.
Yes.
Absolutely. So absolutely, I think the historically, and it's really hard for us to see this, right? Because we've never really thought about this growing up, because we've never really had this issue, and maybe it's just because of who we were growing up. So from our perspective, we don't really not care about minorities. That's not what I'm trying to say. But we never really saw it as a problem, like there has to be this group represented or that. We just saw the show for what it was, right?
Exactly.
Now, I very much disagree when there are people who just throw in, oh, now he's a gay character, or now this is a black character, just because.
Yes.
I disagree with that, but what I do think is that from an ideology perspective, writers should be thinking more about actually what type of characters will fit the narrative best. And I think that before they also used to be a big deviation from certain types of characters being in shows. Like you wouldn't have a gay character even if it would fit the narrative perfectly. You wouldn't have a black character even if it would fit the narrative perfectly. So I'm actually all for it as long as it is done properly.
Yeah.
Now, I just don't want to be force-fed on bad writing. So if it's done properly, as an example, who here has watched F is for Family with Bill Burr?
Nope.
Highly recommended. It's Bill Burr's growing up, and it's about his dad, and there are a lot of black characters in there, and that's great because that's just how it was. It was his dad growing up, and in the place where it was, and you see a lot of that exposition to it. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like somebody's just shoving, oh, now there's a black character because, well, we needed a black character. And
yeah, it was like we needed a quota to fill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of how it feels. But I agree with you, Bruno. What you're saying is, I think, and what you were saying about like the just kind of go like throwing the character in and making it this way, because I think that's the problem. And I don't know if you agree with me on this, because do you know what they say, like if you throw a gay character in there, right, you turn Superman gay, you turn Superman black, you turn Black Panther white, do you know what I mean? And just for inclusion. Like there's a mad crazy thing, and I was talking to a person about this recently, is do you know when you just like did Hollywood just like decide to turn like a character black because it's like, oh well, there's look, that doesn't actually help at all, because
I think it has the opposite effect.
It's black people
It
don't
turns
even
white
like
people
that
more
stuff
against.
because you know what I mean. It's lazy. It's like you're doing it for inclusion and all this kind of stuff, But it's you're not actually helping the process. All you're doing is actually causing more of a divide.
More of a divide. I agree on that.
Like, it needs to be less lazy, right? Create brand new characters. Create gay characters that have like, great starting points and great origin stories. Do you know what I mean? Different ethnicities and all this kind of stuff. Give them their own
Marvel
fucking thing.
did this perfect with Spider-Man. They had Peter Parker, and they wanted to bring in a
Miles.
black Spider-Man, so they created
Exactly.
Miles Morales, and now he has
Yeah,
a
he's
massive
still
following
Spider-Man,
as well.
but he's not Peter Parker. That's
Exactly,
where
yeah, yeah.
that's where
And
the win
you get to
is.
see a part of his culture as well. It's not
Exactly.
it's not a black Peter Parker growing up with Aunt May and Uncle Ben. No,
Yeah.
it's
It's like
a black
they've done it
teenager,
now.
Miles Morales, growing up with his dad, who's a cop, his uncle, who's obviously Prowler, and you see his mom, and you see a bit of a mixture of both types of cultures, because one is Dominican and so his mom is Dominican, right, and his
Puerto
dad
Rican.
is Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Sorry, and I love that because that
And they've done it as well with Miss Marvel, bringing in a Muslim character who's basically a fan of the original Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Which
Instead
I
of
thought was
making a brand
awesome.
new Miss Marvel, like from
Yeah.
a different background, like, and
Well,
I
obviously
think
they've
that was,
done bad as well with that.
but I think that was why I had such an issue with the whole Superman news of him being turned, like Clark Kent being turned black, because it wasn't because they were turned him black. It's not because I'm racist or anything like that. It was because you have two perfectly established African American versions of Superman that you can
Yep.
just create live action material for.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
lazy booking, man. It's lazy writing. It's lazy fucking.
there
it-
actually is a black Superman in.
There's two of them.
Oh, what's oh god, what's his name?
Balzad
Balzad.
and
That's it.
God, what's the fucking other name? He was like the Barack Obama of Earth.
Oh, I know
Well,
who you. But then you
Yeah,
also
my,
have
my brain has gone liquid on it.
the Return of the
um,
Superman. What's his name? Steel. Shaquille
That was
O'Neal played
Steel,
him.
yeah, but see, there you go. Steel wasn't even. He was just one of the Reign of the Supermans. He was a different version. He put on that metallic suit. But there you go.
Yeah.
Three different ways you could have went.
Jason
Yeah.
or Jonathan says, I was so happy to hear the Crow movie with Jason Momoa didn't get to go ahead.
Oh no.
Connor says, as much as I hate the sequel trilogy, though, it was the only path to Mando and Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi, though. Yeah,
I'm looking
that's
forward to Kenobi. Really
Me
looking forward
too.
to Kenobi.
True, Connor. But sequels had no plan to begin with, so it was always going to suck.
Hmm.
Too many cooks in the kitchen there. Still hope we could see, besides Skeletor, other formidable enemies like Count Marzo or Hordak. Another season, perhaps even a continuation of 200X 20 years later. I think you need to watch the rest of the season because there's something at the end of episode 10 that kind of gives hints on the future.
So will there be
I think-
another season? Do we know?
I think so.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Jonathan says, I think the current climate is why Marvel Disney are not planning to do anything with the X-Men or the Fantastic Four for at least 4 to 5 years. Feige has stated even casting is years out at this stage. Now, X-Men is an interesting one to me because you look at the X-Men, their whole origin is about exclusion and stuff. It's basically like all of this stuff rolled into one team.
Oh yeah, but you know what's
that's
going to
what the
happen, don't
X-Men
you?
is built on.
But they're probably going to change the name. They'll
No, I
probably
don't
call
think
them
they would.
No,
X
they won't.
Force
They
or
won't.
They
Mutants
won't.
or
I don't
something.
think so. No,
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 because
I
those
don't think
teams are
so.
already there.
Like that was
Like-
my biggest thing when I heard. It's like in the landscape that we live in right now. Like even X-Men is offensive to some people. The name
mean,
No,
alone.
because X-Men were they're mutants, so they were the ones that were cast out of society
Yeah.
and stuff, and they were the blacks, etc. of their time. So I think this will lean a lot into that when it is made. No chance will it be made not called the X-Men because it's a massive multi-million pound brand.
It's a big IP. It's a huge
No
intellectual
chance
property.
will it change it. All the
No.
people that are
Like,
saying
I mean-
it are wrong. I'm sorry if you're one of
No,
I
them.
think
I mean,
the
I
biggest
agree.
things that you'll see is the initial team. So the initial actual X-Men team is what? So I have so it's
Angel,
Iceman,
Beast.
yeah, Beast,
Jean
Cyclops,
Grey.
Marvel Girl, and
Yeah, but like I mean, I hope that there you go. It's just what to say. X people. I was just about to say. I hope they don't go.
No,
and call it
that
something
won't
like
happen.
X-Men.
Not a chance.
no.
The
But,
minute, like you picture Comic Con or whatever, if there is a Comic Con, the minute that X-Men flashes up on screen, everyone is going to lose their fucking shit.
Yeah.
Oh no,
With
they
that-
will,
with
and
that
like
Marvel
people like
Studios
us
sign
will be
above
like,
it.
yes, it's fucking happening. But you will have all these weirdos and fucking social
Well,
justice
you will,
warriors.
but you'll
But
always
why
have
is-
that.
But
that
there's women on the team, and they're
But
called the
Tubbs,
X-Men.
So
Ugh.
here's what I'll say as a counterpoint to that. And yes, those types of things get fucking frustrating as shit. But once again, you are listening to such a small subset of the culture.
Oh,
you
of
will-
course, it's just heightened by social media and fucking the
Exactly.
way the
So
world is now.
You will have people who are minorities, black, Asian, gay, transsexual, whatever it is, you will have people who are going to look at that X-Men come up, and they are not going, and they are not going to go, oh fuck, why did they call it X-Men? They will be like, oh my god, that's what I grew up with. Yes, let's do it.
You only have to take the 90s show, for example. Like, yes, it's called X-Men, but you have Jean Grey, Rogue, Jubilee, Storm.
Yeah.
Psylocke, was she in? I don't think she was in it. But
four,
like
she
really
might not have
strong,
been in the show. No.
really
But she wasn't in the original lineup. Like,
was she not?
Psylocke wasn't, was she?
I think she
Or have I got that
cameoed
wrong?
it. She did cameo on it, definitely. But my point being, like, there was 4 like strong women in it that didn't need no man to make it stupid. Like,
I would actually love for them to do the Betsy Braddock story properly, because that is some good shit. Because
even Jubilee was hinted at being part of the LBG.
But I, for one, can't wait to see
well.
what the fuck Marvel or MCU do with the X-Men, man.
But Tubbs, to be fair to
no, in a good way. I can't wait to fucking see Gambit live action and all this crazy shit. Like,
yeah, but like, for them to be 5 years out, I'm actually okay with that, because this is so big. Do not rush this in. Like, this is going to be the next big MCU like stage, in my opinion.
I mean,
and
I don't know if you agree, but I can see the X-Men being like its own Avengers when it happens.
Yeah, I think you'd see
like
the
that level of a movie
peppered in over the next couple of years. It won't be just one big fucking.
Do you think they'll do individual stories first, or do you think
that's what I said. I think they'll start dropping them in other
movies?
I think you will. I think you will see bits and pieces. I think you'll see Xavier. I think you'll see a bit of Eric Lenscher. I think you'll get, and more now with Wanda being obviously the House of M shit. I think you'll see more and more drop-ins, but you will get a way, I think, where they'll bring in the entire universe, and that shit will be fucking perfect.
I think we'll see the first mutant in Doctor Strange.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Who do you think will be though?
Patrick Stewart.
Oh my!
He's not a mutant. He's just
an
actor.
I know, but I think like Professor X, his version of Professor X, I reckon will show.
I hope it's not him. I really like Patrick Stewart, to be clear.
Well, I'm only going off with like the fact that he had like meetings with Feige and everything already.
Oh, did he? Oh,
yeah, there was. He had actual meetings.
Don't be spoiling it.
Fuck that shit, man. Fucking, it probably won't even happen.
John says the problem is when you stick a black actress in the lead role of a show like Anne Boleyn, just cause.
Anne Boleyn. Yeah, I mean, I haven't
That's the
seen
problem.
So I haven't seen the show, right? But I don't actually have an argument for that. Sure, sticking.
We are reasonable.
Thanks, dude.
We are reasonable. Yes. No, I don't have an argument for them sticking a black actress with regards to Anne Boleyn. But then again, I mean, fuck it. I got people to watch it. I don't know how different or how good the show is. I haven't seen it. Not because it's a black actress, just because I could not give a fuck about the Tudors, honestly.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
If they brought Iron Man back, but they wanted to cast a black actor, who would you cast?
But they are bringing Iron Man back, and it's going to be Ironheart, and it's a female black.
No, but I mean, like Tony Stark. If they were to make like Tony Stark, like a black actor.
But that's what I wouldn't want. You see that? So this is.
No, I just cast Tony Stark. I just cast Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder. Job done.
Oh my god! Fuck's sake!
Fuck's sake!
Oh my god!
Jesus
Get out of
Christ,
here, Tubbs.
You get the best of both worlds there, kid. You've got inclusion and you've got fucking star power.
And then you also have blackface. Yep, excellent.
Yeah, Stewart is too old. They just need to cast new actors.
They do.
I don't think he'll be the Professor X going forward though.
No, I think if he's in it in any way, it'll be just literally a cameo.
So before we go, lads, a quick run on Hawkeye. What did you boys think of this show so far? And before you started, have either of you read the graphic novel it's based off?
I haven't read that one. No.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of shit happening because of it, though. Where people are trying to boycott it because of it.
Why?
Because basically the comic book artist who did
Matt Fraction.
drawings, yeah, and who did the majority of the styling that you really see, like the circles and everything that you even see in the show. They're saying that he isn't getting credits or recognition or even paid further. It's a fucked up thing, but at the same time, Honestly, when you signed your contract with Marvel, I don't know what that contract looks like as a creator.
You're being paid to create these characters, so
Exactly. It's like, was it in your contract to get more money? You know, was that part of it? Were you prepared to take a pay cut so that you had a possession in
Well,
that character?
I was
Maybe
reading
not.
recently that apparently the comic, the like the creators, like the guys that actually are drawing the comic books and stuff, they don't get any chunk of the change from the movie side of things or anything. They're just there to make the comics.
Yeah, but once again, this is the thing. When they have signed their contract with Marvel, I don't know how this works, right? I'm not an artist, and probably this is going to sound incredibly insensitive because I'm not an artist.
Oh, you are. I've seen some of your work.
Yeah, but I'm not looking to get paid on it, right? But well, I would, but nobody would pay me for that shit anyway. The point that I'm trying to make is, there was I'll give it. There was a movie with Oscar Isaac where he plays a musician. The movie, it's a great movie, but there's a bit in there where Oscar Isaac has the chance to receive, I think it was like $5,000, whatever, or $500 up front, or he could get royalties. And he said he wanted the money up front. And when he got the money up front, the song then became a massive hit. People thought that he was making a fuck ton of money out of it, and he wasn't. So here's the thing: when these people signed their contracts with Marvel, was there an option? Was there a choice given to them that says, "Hey, if we use your design or whatever it is, you get a cut"? I don't know what that cut will be. I don't know if it will even be used, or you just get a flat fee. I don't know. If they only ever got the option for a flat fee and never got the option to say, "Hey, I want this part of my design," or "I want to own it."
I think how these usually end up is actors or artists starts a whole lot of drama on Twitter. Marvel picks up the phone. Okay, we'll cut you a check. Shut up. That's what it's going to finish, I think. So onto the show.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was good to see Jeremy Renner actually get to explore the character properly on his own, I thought.
I love his hearing aid.
The hearing aid is such an amazing detail.
I loved the scene where she actually asked him about the hearing aid, and you got like loads of flashes.
Just got a montage. Brilliant.
It's like, yeah, I keep getting shit blown up next to me. That's why. It's like, yeah, fair enough.
It's like showing the little details, like the trauma they've went through as Avengers and stuff.
Yeah.
I loved it. She's really cool. I loved her in Bumblebee as well.
Like I saw a lot of people, not a lot, but like there was a kind of like a few things I seen that like people were like saying that, oh, she's just pure stupid and dumb. I was like, what show did you watch?
What?
She's fucking strong. She's snappy. She's fucking really fucking intelligent.
She took out like people without any training.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck?
Well, I think that was people's thing. Was like, how did she get so good so fast? I was like, because that's what heroes do, man. You know,
dude. I know black belts who you still get into a fight. Like, they wouldn't be people to go into a fight with. Like, to just be like.
I mean, I loved her since I saw her in Edge of 17.
Be honest, Tubbs. You watch Mean Girls, didn't you?
She was not in Mean Girls.
I've seen Mean Girls back in the day, man. No, but she wasn't in that. That was she was in Edge of 17. It was like this very kind of coming of age underrated movie. But I mean, I fucking love those movies, man. I really do. But she was brilliant in it. Like, and she's a really good actress. But I thought she's fucking slayed it in this. Like,
first two, and Ted Slow going to hope see pick up.
And I agree with what Brian was saying as well. Is it was great. It was a great change of pace to see Renner get time to really kind of just dig in deeper into this character. You know. And there's weight behind the character. I like Venom too, but you know what I mean. There's kind of weight behind Hawkeye's the version of Hawkeye in this. You know, even when you see him watching the play on stage with the kids, like in they show Black Widow.
Yeah, he's pissed off.
He says nothing, but you know he has that kind of like look when he sees Black Widow, and kind of and there's a lot of
even better. His comments are basically like. He's watching this show, and in his mind, besides obviously the things that are going on with Black Widow, he then just goes, "Yeah, Ant-Man wasn't even there." It's like
I loved that they had Ant-Man in the cast of that like entire section.
Yeah, it's exactly what another production would do, like, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like he wasn't even fucking part of that fucking Joe, like that section, you know.
I loved it, and honestly, I actually loved the first shot you see of her taking down that bell.
Oh, it's so fucking good, man.
The way the shot goes. So the first shot, she hits the bell, and they're like, "Yeah, that's disappointing." Right? I actually want to address this comment. And then when they
Yeah,
actually
we'll go back to that in a sec.
when she does the second one, and you're like, wait, what the fuck are you doing with this? And then it actually goes into the rope, and it goes. I was like, fucking
The character is that's with the mother. He's the
Very
swordsman,
funny.
right?
The swordsman,
yeah.
yeah. Jack
Okay,
the
I
Fray.
knew I
awesome.
had the right
That was
character.
awesome.
I knew I had the right
He was
character.
brilliant.
That was so good.
But
But
I
you
The
love-
know,
sword fight was excellent, I thought.
Yeah.
But I did love the whole concept of the bringing the Ronin costume back.
I love that, and
Do you
her
know-
wearing it. Her wearing
Yeah, I
it.
just thought it was brilliant, man. Like, and then
And
do you know what I like about it? It's got elements I like. It's got Christmas. It's got
Yep.
like this buddy cop fucking thing going. And I'll be honest, I'm only 2 episodes in, and I can already say that it's one of the better Marvel shows.
it's excellent. And the way he got the Ronin outfit back, him having
Yeah.
to lop.
Exactly.
What the actual fuck? I was not expecting that. That's
But
really
like, I think the thing I like about it as well is that you can kind of see it kind of coming. He's like, I mean, I think the design is going to be that. Like, he's going to teach her
Mhm.
how to be like the next him, right?
Mhm.
Like the next Hawkeye. But she's
Yeah.
also going to teach him like levity and how to kind of like, you know, like not be so serious all the time, and kind of, there's going to be a trade off there, like, you know what I mean? And I really like the dynamic of it. But
what I love about the Ronin suit as well is the character they run into at the very end, which Damien just mentioned there, is Echo, and she was the original Ronin in the comics. So I wonder, will she get her
doesn't
hands
she
on
have
her?
a connection to Fisk?
Yes, she was.
Okay. See, I do know a little bit more about this story than I thought I did.
Watching what culture videos stuff.
No. There was
No, I'm only
characters and
joking. No,
moments
I've
that
read
stood out.
yeah.
Because even the drummer he mentioned, Stark Tower, was sold.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm assuming that becomes Fisk Tower, right?
That could be it.
Oh.
I mean, I
shit.
could be wrong. I just assumed, like, when
I
she
never
showed
thought
up, I was
about
going to go,
that.
when Echo was there, I was going to go, all right, so she's got a connection to Fisk, and then the building has been. Is this where they're gonna? Is this where the whole Daredevil dynamic and fucking everything else is going to show up?
Oh
Because
my
this
God,
is a
I
very
hadn't
underground
even
show.
thought about that.
Yeah, because Jonathan said there, Echo is getting her own show. Yeah, she's getting her own show off the back of this, which is
So
out
wait,
in some time.
Okay, so you, because when you were telling me about the lineup, like, remember I asked you what the Echo thing was, because I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what it was referring to, and then you told me. So yeah, that's the Echo character. So
So who is
That's
going to
cool.
be Echo? Sorry, it's not.
you
Kate
know
Bishop.
when she falls through the roof and lands at his feet,
Yes.
and they're like, "Oh, you're in trouble now, bro."
Yeah.
You're one. They show you're one. That's Echo. She's the fucking
the one
gang
that's
leader
in
of-
the room.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
going to be Echo.
She's deaf as well, like Daredevil.
Oh,
So that's where he comes into training her.
No, but Daredevil is blind, not deaf.
Yeah, but he train. I don't know what way it goes. Never
Yeah.
So
mind me.
wait, is Echo
No, I think
deaf or
she's
blind?
actually she's deaf. I think.
So Echo can see, but she can't hear.
I think so.
So she's
I
the
couldn't-
complete opposite of Daredevil.
Man, could you imagine fucking Daredevil and Echo's babies?
Imagine them
even
having
see-
honestly now just the fact that of them having a conversation. The only thing I can think of is hear no evil, see no evil with Richard.
That's what I was
Pryor.
just about to say.
There you go. Yeah. The
That
MCU's
is
version.
the only thing I can think of, like the MCU version of them trying to communicate with each other and making.
Yeah,
complete
she's
Do you know,
deaf.
do you know
had
what
to
I
double
thought
check
was
her.
fucking brilliant as well? It was
Ugh.
now it was completely stupid and dumb, but in a great way. Is when like the tracksuit gang show up outside fucking a Kate Bishop's
Oh,
place, and they're like, Kate
yeah,
Bishop, and they're fucking like petrol bombs in. They're in the middle of the street, like
I
not
know.
hiding the fact that they're like
No.
fucking doing this. And,
That's what they're
I
like
mean, I
in the
know,
comic
like,
though as well.
You told
yeah,
me
but
this.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Just the fact that they call the tracksuit mafia, dude.
Yeah.
Just
Hey,
the
but that's
bro,
what they're the tracksuit
Oh, bro.
mafia gang, aren't they? Like, but
there's
no,
no
I
flying.
loved it, man. I genuinely have enjoyed it. I said it to Brian when I finished the two episodes. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed her as Kate Bishop. I think I genuinely thought she was fantastic,
Mm.
and I think she'll be a real player by the end of this show if it's leading to something. But if you look at it as well, I think that's now I think I can see a dynamic in this by looking at the TV shows. Maybe remember I was saying to you before, Brian. I was like, oh, I hope the shows are
I
going
knew
to
I
like
saw him
have
somewhere.
more of a connection to the films and stuff. But what I think they're actually using the shows to do now is not like go give Bucky more time. I think they're building the next Avengers through the shows.
They are, and I think that through the shows they've done a better job than the actual than the rest of the MCU movies, in my opinion.
So far,
Yeah, I mean, because they've more time to fucking flesh it out, man.
I'd say we're
True.
at the start of a new
True.
phase with the movies.
I get it.
So, but yeah, I absolutely loved it. I can't wait for the next
Yeah,
episode.
I'm really.
When
fucking,
is it? When does it come out?
Every Wednesday now.
Every Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And once that's over, then the Book of Boba Fett starts. So
Fucking hell, they've got us.
there might be a week in break or whatever, but they probably have the Hawkeye behind the scenes show that week. Then
Sorry, just very quickly. Do you know what I've just recently found out was on Disney Plus, and I've started watching it? The Rock. Do you guys remember The Rock?
As in with Nicolas Cage and
Nicolas
Sean Connery?
Cage, Ed Harris, Sean Carr. Yeah,
that was its James Bond movie, basically.
it's I need to I'm watching that movie again, and
Speaking of
I
Nicolas
really want
Cage,
them to put Connor. I really
No,
want
Did
them
you-
to
no, let's never speak.
did you
of
hear
Nicolas
that they're
Cage.
making like they're
Yes,
like
please.
doing
Love
a
Connor.
remake of Face Off,
Oh no, come on.
Yeah, I heard that
And-
ages back, actually.
and apparently it's a remake, but it's more of a soft reboot because apparently Nick Cage and John Travolta are actually in this.
But what's going to happen? Hey, I'm John Travolta. Hey, I'm Nick Cage. Let's swap
I
faces.
I don't even know if they're
hours.
playing the same characters or if they're like nods to them. But spoilers, but correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Nick Cage fucking character die at the end of that movie?
Yeah, he does.
So yeah, it's
Someone
a
took
very
his
strange
fame.
one.
He's now trying to fuck Sean
But
Archer.
let's be honest about it, right? Nick Cage and John Travolta are at a stage where they will just do any movie they're offered.
Probably.
And why not?
Well, especially Nick Cage.
I mean,
Tracksuit
Nick
Gang
Cage,
are a
yeah.
step up from the bad guy hierarchy than the Wet Bandits.
The Wet
are.
Bandits.
Shall we touch actually on Jonathan's
Yes,
comments? I think
before we
it's
go.
Mhm.
So,
Go on.
find a way to screw over the writer artists. Watchmen rights were meant to go back to more after a year of the book being out of print, so DC just print a tiny run every year.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll agree with that. If it's a shitty thing for them to do, no
It's
doubt
what
about
Sony
it.
did
right?
with Spider-Man.
Exactly. I'm not being funny. It's what Fox did with Fantastic Four. Fox is going to lose the Fantastic Four, right? So they literally made the shittiest movie and didn't even release it just to keep. You guys have heard about this, right?
The
The
Roger
Fantastic-
Corman one. I've watched
Yeah.
it.
Have you watched it? I've never watched
Yeah,
it.
it's
Thank fuck for
shite.
that. I'm sure it is, right? But they did that just to keep the IP. It is wrong, guys.
Oh, was
I'm not
that the one that like
saying-
fucking I don't know? It was someone. What's his name? The man from fucking Creed was in it.
Creed.
God, what's his
What,
fucking name?
Thumbs wide open.
He
What?
he played fucking man in Black Panther.
Oh no! This is the one in the 90s we're talking about.
No, this
Oh, okay,
is-
that's the one I thought you were.
Fan
on.
Forsic was
That
released,
suck
sure.
balls.
This is like fucking ages
Michael B.
ago.
Jordan one was released.
Yeah.
Sadly,
The Michael B.
sadly.
Jordan one, yeah. I
Jesus,
actually really
man.
liked the Michael B. Jordan one. I thought it was fine up until they actually got to the ending. Like it had a perfect build up.
It was utter diarrhea on screen. I'm sorry.
I like the
Isn't it
build up. They
fucking
just
mental?
fucked it up.
And I think out of all the characters, because let's be honest, out of all the X-Men movies, there's been some good moments and kind of good movies in the batch of bad.
Josh
But the
Trank, yeah, that's
Fantastic
who made
Four
it. Oh,
genuinely is
sorry.
that one movie franchise that really needs the MCU to make a fucking blinder of a movie because
And I
there's
think it
never
will
been
work well in the MCU considering the tone
yeah
as
no,
well.
but because there's never been a successful Fantastic Four film.
I'm interested.
I like
about
the
this.
first one with Jessica
Jessica
Alba.
Alba.
So.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, don't get me
definitely.
wrong. It's not the worst. It's watchable, but it's still not a great movie.
And Jonathan
Right, they
says,
shat it was shat on by critics and stuff.
I'm interested to like guys. I'm not saying that Marvel and DC are without fault. Like I'm sure that they fucked over a ton of.
Oh no,
people.
they've
they
both
have,
done it.
100%.
Marvel and DC
Right.
have both screwed over writers and comic
it's
book.
what the big guy
creators, like-
does to stay the big guy.
Of course,
Hmm.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not agreeing with it. I also don't know what conversations have gone on from a contractual perspective. At the same time, so I work with a company which says anything that I create whilst I'm at this company isn't mine. It's this company's that I work for, right? And it's just I signed. This is part of the agreement that I signed when I joined. Now I could. It's not going to happen because I'm not that smart. But I could create the next Google, the next Facebook, whatever it is, and
that
I'm
smart.
entitled.
Oh.
I'm entitled to fuck all from it. And actually, yes, I know. Jonathan did actually write something else.
But in saying that as well,
Yeah,
I know
You
that.
Image
know,
Comics as
the-
well.
Yeah.
you know, the guy that created the 90s Spider-Man cartoon.
All that left 2080, wish they hadn't.
Like, you know, the
No.
guy that created, like, I don't know if he directed or if he was like responsible for like the art on it or whatever it was. But
What, sorry?
do you know the way they're doing like they're bringing back the 90s X-Men cartoon?
97.
But you know the way there's been no mention of the 90s Spider-Man cartoon?
Mhm.
Because apparently there's like a massive dispute going on. I didn't notice until the other day because I found it and I was reading it. There's a massive dispute
with
going on with the
Ditko.
original creator of that show.
Yeah.
With Marvel.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
That's why that hasn't. They haven't even leaned towards it because there's too much kind of legal shit going on at the moment with that.
Like I said, I'm not saying it's right that any artist gets screwed over by a company. I'm not saying that that's right in any way, shape, or form. I wasn't part of those conversations. I don't know from a contractual perspective what was said. From a, I want people to be paid fairly. I think it's right that people get paid fairly. Unless you're part of that contract, unless you are part of that initial conversation, that Marvel would say, right, you are entitled to keeping, you know, the design for the character, whatever it is. I know Image Studio does do this. I know Image Studios allow their artists to retain control over their own IPs, and that's why you had a lot of people like Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, all migrate to Image Studios because of that, and they all created their own characters there.
All the same.
But at the same time, unless you really know what was in their contract, how well people got paid, it's hard to say, and it's a shitty thing to say. I'm not saying I don't want artists to get paid fairly. That is not what I'm saying at all. I think everyone should be paid fairly, but it's what's in your contract, and what's in your contract. You like it or lump it, and if you didn't like it, you shouldn't have signed it. You shouldn't have done it. Yeah. And if you did, then you can't go back claiming, "Hey, I want the rights for this." Like,
but I think the argument, Bruno, is that I think a lot of creators were kind of like they have been kind of like fucked over for their work. I think that's where the major issue comes over. But I do agree with you. I mean, it is that kind of thing. It's a very kind of awkward situation because, you know, these could like it's corporate America, man. Do you know what I mean? They've been screwing the fucking small guy over since the dawn of time.
Absolutely, and you hear all about it. Like
you create the product, right? You bring it to the fucking forefront, make it a fucking household name. And then,
like, as an example, did you know Snoop Dogg doesn't make any money from his first albums? Like, he doesn't, or how do I put this? He doesn't get any royalties.
Shit like this, like, that's why so many English
like I'll put it to you this way. Let's not be honest, or let's be honest about it.
Fucking hell, like.
What?
Like, major dodgy shit went on. So these guys tried to start up their own comic, but Fleetway, who were working for 2080, I think, refused to supply comics to shops that sold toxic comics.
That's fucked up.
I've heard some stories, man. Like, people put like all the work in and make their own IP, their own thing, and then it gets kind of taken from.
That's fucked up. I'm not saying.
Look at Stan Lee. Like, Stan Lee became the name behind Marvel, like the guy that like really fucking like was Marvel, Mr. Marvel. But you can guarantee Stan Lee wasn't the only guy behind that entire process. Like,
no, of course not. You had Steve Ditko, you had Kirby, you had a bunch of other artists that were involved in it.
No, but I guarantee you, Tanner, on the way, there was probably people that got left behind in the shuffle because that's just how that business works.
I'm sure there was 100%. But guys, then again, that's so. There was
this
if you're on
this
Facebook,
sentence. Perfect cutthroat business. That's what you're getting into.
It's business. That's the problem, and it is cutthroat.
And that's why in comic books at the moment, Bruno, you can actually see a lot of people are going out on their own trying to like sell their comic independently now.
Of course, I understand that, and I completely get that. They do risk losing the exposure that they would, but look, it is what it is. Who was it Angela? The creator of Angela moved from Image to Marvel, didn't they?
They got the property back, though, wasn't it?
Did they?
Yeah, they got the property.
Yeah. was constantly in a state of going under. So not... See, that's fucked up. Like people not being paid for their job is fucked up. There's no
Yeah.
way people shouldn't. Like that is not what I'm condoning. I'm not condoning anything, right?
Yeah.
But I also don't think that people should. If you've signed away your rights ages ago, like fuck it, it just is what it is, man. You move on and you do something else. Like Stan Lee didn't own any of the rights to Spider-Man at all. He didn't own anything, but he was smart enough to make sure that he kept his way in Marvel to the point where.
Let's be honest, Stan Lee don't own that now. Like,
well, no, now he doesn't.
Tobbs.
dude, I'm not being horrible. It's true, you know. That's gone to his estate or whatever the fuck now. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it in a horrible way. I just mean like he genuinely
Bury it with
Stan Lee
me.
doesn't own any of it anymore. He's just in name, you know. But
So,
and I wonder
yeah.
how long he was just a name on it. I wonder how long kind of
What, Stan Lee?
all of the stuff he created was kind of like not even in his back pocket anymore. Like,
No, there were loads of things. Like, even in the 90s, I remember one of the first comic books that I read in the 90s had Stan Lee Presents. He wasn't a fucking writer in it. He wasn't even the chief editor. It was like
but that's what I mean.
Bob
Like,
Harris or whatever the fuck his name was.
like it was like his name became bigger than the people that were creating.
Yeah.
oh,
Right,
yeah, he
material,
transcended.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, so then what Stanley actually did, and the reason he became so big is his name became the brand. It was like a Stanley Presents, and that's fine. But he owned fuck all of Marvel. Well, actually, that's probably not true.
He owns some of your wall now. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Pow! Right there, Stan.
And DC not being sued by the families of some of the bigger comic guys for their rights.
But I wonder now on the comics going forward, will it be like Stan Lee's estate presents?
Nah,
No, definitely not.
no.
Definitely.
But like, who owns who genuinely owns like
Marvel now.
the Stan Lee kind of like IP now?
I mean, it does go to his family, but I don't like. He's not going to be an executive producer or anything like that.
Like, but are they in control of any of it? Like,
No.
No, I don't think so.
Most of the. There you go. Stanley's daughter's suing to reclaim his intellectual property. It's not a chance. Like, it won't happen.
No.
And you know what? It shouldn't,
Mad.
because he milked the fuck out of Marvel. And I love Stan Lee, obviously, right? But he milked the fuck out of the Marvel name and out of the fact that he became an icon for Marvel.
I think Tubbs, you're the only one without a Stan Lee thing in your background. I've got the poster of Spider-Man. Tubbs has got the. Tubbs got.
I have a pretty fucking snazzy Stan Lee fucking commemorative T-shirt upstairs.
Next week.
Nice.
So guys,
I'll actually bring it on the show next week. It's Stan Lee, but it's his entire face done with all the Marvel characters, and it's got his
cool.
like you know when he was born and when he died. It was
set
actually
in
gifted to me for a birthday. The year he died. Pretty cool
So
T-shirt.
guys, I'm going to close the show here because it is freezing, and I'm going to bed. Make
Yeah.
my
Man,
Marvel
look at Brian
boss.
pussying it out and just fucking
I
giving
know.
into the cold.
Tubbs, fuck yourself.
I fucking love you too. You're my boy, Blue.
Oh,
The
fucking
law-
hell. I love that.
The law
You're my boy,
states the
Blue.
rights should revert. It's just the media companies use loopholes to screw those rules
Oh,
up.
I didn't know that. Okay. I actually didn't know that.
Lads, I'm gonna say it though. Tonight was like a mixed bag of like, you know, like looking like hyperactivity and mad comments and stuff, and it got very political there for a while.
I love the
Not gonna lie.
discussion like we had
I
tonight.
like
though.
the discussion.
Like
I love the
the fuck
discussion,
acting and the messing is awesome.
Oh yeah, but no, but I mean,
it's
there's
cool to
a
have
nice
proper
balance of it.
proper conversations as well.
It
Yeah.
felt like an actual that's exactly the right way. It felt like a conversation tonight.
It
Yeah.
feels like a chat that you'd be happy to have at the pub with your mates.
Yeah, at a
Yeah.
Comic Con or something.
Fuck it.
Just thanks to all the guys in the chats as well. Without you guys, we're just rambling to each other. It's great
Yeah,
to have
man.
more voices too.
I have said this to Brian before. We did the wrestle chat for like fucking nearly a year solid. But this live interaction with the chat and stuff is actually fucking really cool. And it keeps it interesting every week.
Thanks, thank you,
So
mate.
thanks, guys.
Yeah. It's
Damien,
been
last
really good.
minute fight.
And
Jonathan Tubbs,
yeah,
the
where's
PS5. Don't forget the
Where's the
PS5.
PS5?
Fucking right here, baby. PS5 for your fucking for your
I-
Sunday night
I-
delight.
Yeah, I will say Tubbs PS5. Yes, I will say when I love having these conversations with you guys. It's a good crack. But when people ask those difficult, it's not a difficult question. It's like it's a good conversation. It's a good
No,
thing for
it's
us to
it's like a topic for us. Like,
Yeah,
and all, like
those aren't easy topics to approach. Like people don't always feel comfortable approaching them. But I love the fact that people will ask us
release the
those
dwarf.
Fucking Mike,
Yeah.
I fucking love you. I fucking love you.
things. So
But
yeah,
you know one thing I will say, when we started this show, I really loved the back and forth me and Brian had every single week. It was like a two-piece. I really enjoyed that.
Dead by doggies.
But when I came back, and since Bruno's been on the show and everything and kind of become a three-piece, I fucking like this setup way more. I think this should be the way it is going forward ever since. I fucking love you, Bruno.
I love you too, brother. I
I love you,
absolutely
Brian.
love this.
I fucking love you
this.
guys. You're my boys, blues.
I got
Dead
blue.
by doggies, my friends.
Death by
Fucking
doggy
yeah.
style. Death
But
by
I do.
doggy.
I like this. I like this fucking trio.
And
It's a right
guys,
trinity, you might say.
another thing. Next week is episode 40, and it also kind of sort of coincides with someone's 40th birthday.
Oh,
Well,
How wild, and I'll take it right there and say, Brian, you're on the ball, because how wild is it that the Culture Cast turns 40 this December and Tubbs also turns 40 this December? Wow.
yeah, so it's not your birthday isn't exactly next
Very
week,
married.
like, but it's in the same ballpark.
it counts. We'll allow it.
So
It's
40
not the
inches.
same day, but it's within the same month, and it's kind of like a cool little.
So yeah, guys, Tubbs is 40 inches tall next week.
I'll be fucking honest,
Oh.
man, right? When I turned 30, I had a fucking legit meltdown. I was like, oh my God, I'm
You
so
did.
old and my life is over. Meh. And my 30s was my most productive decade.
Tubbs,
Genuinely
I will-
fucking did so
I'm the
much.
I'm the one that's younger than you, and I've got crippling neck pain. So fuck you.
I'll be honest about it, man.
Fuck you.
Like it was fucked up. And I'm like, within the last 2 weeks now, we've all been a bit broken, the three of us. Like, let's be honest.
Fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
So yeah,
But,
guys, thanks for watching.
Mm.
Tubbs will be 40.
Not next week.
Put that comment
Tubbs
on.
Not
is
next
only
week.
40. Damn, man, hard living, lad.
Hard living. I know, John, man. Fucking hell. I got these good genes that make me look younger than I am. Like, but it's all good.
So Tubbs,
Hey.
Connor, I'm 42 and can't get out of a beanbag anymore.
Beanbags are
I
traps
would
for old
never
people.
sit in a
Well,
beanbag.
I actually
know better.
I'm actually fucking all good with turning 40, man, because I fucking, man, in my 20s, I can't remember half my 20s because I fucking drank for most of it. You know,
Same here. Wasted life.
I was very productive in my 30s, so 40s, man. If I just fucking sit on the couch and have a wank and watch fucking primetime TV,
Ah!
I'm fucking good with that.
Fuck, Mike.
Oh, thank you, Casey.
See, Bruno
for
was
that
wondering, like,
last-minute
would I
throw.
fucking go there before we ended the show?
Oh my
He will
God.
always go there. Anyway, guys, do a dance.
Make a
Just for the
little
lulz.
Get
And we'll
down.
see you next week, my friends. Episode 40. Boop.